Let's do it. 4, 1. Boom. Hello, Travis.
What's going on?
Thanks, man. Thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Stoked to be here.
It's cool to have you. Hey, so I wanted to talk about what we were talking about right before we started. I've always watched you play drums, and I'm like, how the fuck does that guy's arms not fall off? I mean, you have so much repetitive motion. I've never understood how you could do that.
Just barely. No, I kind of
pull this thing like right up like a fist from your face. There we go.
I always do battle ropes.
Oh, okay. That must
constantly.
Do
like I'll do 30 minutes. Not high intensity the whole time, but just keep my shoulders and arms moving as I prepare for a tour. But yeah, I think my wrists probably have gone through the most hell over the years. Like I just feel like just normal people's wrist strength I probably don't have because there's been so much grinding. Like they pop and do all sorts of weird things. But yeah, but I'm still, I feel like because I do battle ropes and because I box and the kind of work out fast twitch muscles, I really don't get tired.
It's amazing. Like, because so many people have repetitive stress injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, even secretaries, they get carpal tunnel. People who write a lot get carpal tunnel. Kids are getting injuries on their thumbs from, fucking around with their phone too much.
Yeah. I felt like when I smoked cigarettes a lot, I was feeling kind of the first symptoms of that stuff. And I wasn't drinking a lot. I was kind of a dumpster on tour, not really taking care of my body, and I could really feel it.
And then, are you still vegan?
Yeah.
And you run that restaurant, right? Was it Crossroads, or it's one of you're one of the owners?
Running it is saying a lot. I couldn't do that.
I shouldn't have said running it.
No, Tal Ronan is the man. He's like the illest vegan chef ever. And he's like an old punk rock hardcore guy, like knew John Joseph.
Yeah,
forever.
John Joseph keeps trying to get me to go there, and I almost went last time he was in town with them. Next time I'm going to make it down there.
I think probably 80 to 90% of the people that eat there aren't vegan because it's that good.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I hear. Dana White said that.
Yeah, Dana, we usually have dinner there when he's in town. So I think for Dana to be able to sit through it and enjoy it, and Matt Serra, I think he brought everyone for like, I don't know if it was like Fight Companion. It was like one of his fight shows.
Yeah, it was Dana White's Looking for a Fight, that YouTube show. Yeah.
I was on tour, but they FaceTimed me from there. But yeah, Tal is like a G. He's the best vegan chef in the world by far.
That's cool. How did you get involved with that? Is it were you already cleaning your diet up because of your injuries, or because you were trying to keep your body tuned for drumming, or you just wanted to clean it up, period?
No, I was vegetarian since I was 13.
Really?
Yeah. And then after my accident, I was in the hospital, actually. Long story that I'll just sum up into a real quick piece.
Accident.
Yeah. And I had to eat meat in the hospital because they didn't have any other kind of vegan options of protein. So I'd eat bags of beef jerky, whatever they would give me, whatever I could stomach and not like kind of like think about what I was eating, because I wasn't eating at all. And I was just ditching my food, giving it to my friends because I didn't want to eat any of it, and I got caught. So long story short, I ate a little bit of meat in the hospital, and when I got out, I just felt like the next evolution of my eating would try and be vegan. And it was so easy in LA because we have so many great vegan restaurants. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I was already vegan. I was actually at a Bad Brain show, one of the best hardcore bands in the world to ever do it. And Tal approached me there saying, "Hey, I have this idea for a restaurant. I'd really like to be, you to be involved." And I said, "Say no more. Just tell me what you need." Because I was familiar. Were you thinking about
it at all before? Because that's a weird thing to approach someone with. Hey, man, I'm thinking about opening up a restaurant.
Yeah.
I need this drummer.
Yeah, right? No, I think he was just reaching out to friends and family because he was Oprah's chef, and he was Ellen DeGeneres' chef, and he was all these like, really high-profile people's vegan chef when they would, do a vegan diet for however long, some forever, some just like a 2-week thing. But I think he just got to the point where he wanted to do something for himself. And then Crossroads was born, and I knew how good he was, so I just told him, "Say no more, tell me what you need from me," and I'm there. And then it just, I think it's been 5 years now.
Well, it's got a fantastic reputation.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of people that have eaten there, and they love it.
Well, it's not because of me. It's because of Tal and his food, for sure. Yeah, Tal and Scott, the chefs there, are just, the best.
Now, how hands-on were you were you just one of the people promoting it? Like, how hands-on were you with the construction of it, or?
nothing with like the decor or anything. He would run stuff by us like, hey, check this out. Tell us what you guys think of this. As you know, there's basically menus change every season. So it's not the same menu all year long. So as we prepare for the next season's menu, he's like testing it on us the season prior. So he'll be bringing out dishes and letting us try it. But yeah, he curates the whole thing.
That's interesting. So when he gets his food, when he's preparing his food, like, is he getting his stuff directly from farmers? Like, how is he getting his food?
Yeah, directly from farms. Yeah.
So he has to curate these relationships with these farmers and just like go to visit them and find out how they're growing their food.
Yeah, and you'll be all set with a menu if it's fall, but then those same vegetables aren't in season, so he has to rethink everything for the next season and not kind of repeat himself. So he's really got it down to a science.
And how long has he been vegan for?
I don't know how long Tal's been vegan. I've never really asked.
Because it's got to be incredibly difficult to be a vegan chef. I would imagine being a regular chef is difficult, but when you put all those restrictions, and you have to make things taste interesting and different. And
yeah, I think that's where Chef Scott comes in, because he's actually comes from a meat background. So he was working at Italian restaurants and Italian Mediterranean restaurants that cooked everything. So it was infusing this vegan, obviously, like lifestyle of eating with, Chef Scott's taste as well. So I think he had to think that out to where it would appeal and meat eaters would eat there too and not really notice a difference. Because I agree, sometimes I'll be on tour and you go to a vegan spot and I'll take my bus driver in or whoever's traveling with me and they're like, oh man, this is rough. Like they can't stand it. Crossroads is not one of those spots where you're thinking about like, man, I might not enjoy this meal.
There's some good spots. LA has some great spots. You ever go to Follow Your Heart in the Valley?
All the time.
It's a great spot.
Yeah, that's the spot close to home that I love. Like Follow Your Heart. Shout out to Erwan. Erwan has like good vegan options. Chef Ito, who has a spot in downtown called Aluk, who took a vow of silence 22 years ago. Yeah.
What?
He's special, man. Yeah, 22 years ago took a vow of silence.
And he's done? No more talking?
No more talking.
What in the fuck is that about?
Yeah. So he just communicates. If he has a lot to say, he'll write it down. But
oh my God.
Other than that, you just read the lips, and I know what he's saying. But he shows up to...
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah. And he takes a lot of photos, so he'll show up to like punk or rap, whatever show I'm playing. He's in the pit with his camera, this silent guy who doesn't say a word. Yeah. And his cooking is phenomenal. So, but yeah, LA, we're spoiled with great vegan restaurants.
That's a fucking trip.
Yeah.
22 years of no talking?
Yeah, he also does like this juicing where this year he juiced for 189 days with no food.
Wow. What did he get down to?
I think
18 pounds?
Yeah, he lost about 20-something pounds.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. He does it every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's trying to vanish.
Right?
He's trying to not talk.
I don't think I can
not
do
eat.
it. Yeah, intermittent fasting is like as much as I can do.
Yeah, I do that every night, but that's... The vow of silence is freaking me. The silence is freaking me out.
Yeah, I've never really pried and kind of like asked a bunch of questions why.
Because they didn't even have to write a lot.
Yeah, that too. But no, I've been around when people ask him, and he just said he wanted a time out.
For 22 years?
Yeah,
that's a serious fucking time out.
Yeah.
How old is homeboy?
He's got to be probably in his 50s.
So almost half his life.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yep. But he spends Christmas with me, spends Thanksgiving with my family and I.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
and everybody
cool.
just smiles at him?
Yeah, everyone just smiles and waves, basically.
He'd be a good guy to sit next to someone who's on coke.
Totally.
They would just talk his fucking ear off, and he'd just be sitting there all silent.
Yeah,
and
nod yes or no.
Yeah, fuck, man. That is... I've never even heard of anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does he make any noises? Does he whistle?
No. I've heard him snort one time when he was laughing hella hard, but that was about as close as it gets.
So he doesn't laugh out loud? Like, ha, 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 ha? Wow.
Yeah, nothing.
Terrible comedy club audience member.
Yeah, it would be rough. He has a march, too. It's called March of Silence that happens once a year, where you have a bunch of them that basically, and they're basically marching for the March of Silence for like the cruelty of animals and whatever else. So yeah,
I'd like to have him on the podcast to
that.
see how long I could talk to him for.
Yeah,
just to see what it would be like. That's
He's
so
the
strange.
greatest.
It sounds cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I love that there's people like that out there, though. I do. I love hearing those stories. Like
the world needs him, you know. Like
when you said that, I got excited.
Yeah.
Like the guy's been silent for 20. I'm like, whoa. You know, there's something about that that makes you go, wow.
I was talking hella loud when I first met him, and he was like, "I can hear you." You know, I was like, "Oh man," because I was trying to wrap my head around. You know, no one did an introduction going, "Hey, this guy's silent."
Oh, they didn't tell you?
No, I had no idea. So I'm talking really loud, and he just whispers to me, like mouths to me, "I can hear you," and I was like, "Okay." And then I just figured it out over time.
Wow.
He's silent by choice.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's heavy. What is he involved in, like heavy meditation or Buddhism or anything very strange like that?
Yeah, he meditates. I think he has like a lot of kind of Buddhist kind of qualities. Like kind of, I think if he had to lean in some kind of religion or practice, it would be that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah.
That's a serious commitment, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine going 22 days without
No.
talking.
A day, I think. Anything, I think we'd catch ourselves it being very hard.
Yeah. I was going to get my tonsils and adenoids removed because I have sleep apnea, because I have a fat neck. But I found a mouthpiece that I can sleep with that keeps my tongue from falling over. Because I have a... When your neck is thick, your wind hole is smaller, believe it or not, because the more muscle you put in, the smaller your hole gets. And then if you have a big tongue, when you lay back, you can actually block your airway.
Wow.
Yeah, and so friends that I know have had their adenoids and their tonsils removed, and they actually take some of the soft tissue out of your passageway so you can breathe easier. But the problem is you can't talk for like 7 days.
Oh, yeah, that would probably be rough for you.
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
then
wonder if wide neck, you know, like the internet phenomenon, I wonder if he has the same problem.
Oh, that guy must sleep terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, his neck starts up here.
It's crazy.
His neck starts at the top of his ears and
Yeah.
works its way to his shoulders.
Tonsils out is it's a bum out. I did that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you have tonsillitis or?
Nah, you know what I had is I was smoking tons of weed, right? Like, but I would smoke backwoods. Like, I loved woods, so everything.
He's right here. I got him right here.
Yeah. So I'd smoke about 20 backwoods a day.
Oh, that's
easily.
a lot.
Yeah. And I was recording an album with the transplants, and I turned to Skinhead Rob, and I was like, yo, I think I have something's lodged in my throat. Like, I could barely breathe right now. And kept smoking. Didn't even, I didn't really know what was going on. And then I went to the hospital that night, and they rushed me to another hospital to get my tonsils removed because they were like twice the size that they should be. And then I had a throat infection, and then it comes to find out I had what's called like Barrett's esophagus, which is like pre-cancer lining my esophagus from smoking and I don't know, I guess just abuse over the years. So that's what led to my tonsils being pulled out.
These are serious. Like, when you think about this, like, you probably shouldn't smoke too many of these because it's just plain tobacco.
I love them though. It got to the point where I couldn't smoke joints. I couldn't smoke out of a bong, a pipe. It had to be a backwood.
That's where I am.
Yeah,
I'm at that spot.
I love it.
I like them.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
No.
See, I did. I smoked a lot of cigarettes, and then I quit smoking cigarettes, just smoked weed, and then I discovered backwoods, and I was kind of getting a little bit of both. You know, still getting the tobacco that I missed. But yeah.
Yeah, my friend Ari said that he started smoking spliffs in England, you know, and when he was over in the UK, they mixed the weed with the tobacco, and he got totally hooked on tobacco again because he had quit cigarettes for years. And then he started smoking the weed mixed with the tobacco, and before he knew it, he was smoking cigarettes again.
Yeah.
So he smoked while he was over there, and then he quit as soon as he was done, and then came back to the U.S.
Yeah, I feel like they just started smoking just pure weed over there.
Just
for
barely.
Years.
Yeah.
For years, it was both.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, how'd that work out over there?
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
it's still so illegal over there, too. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's 2019, fellas. Let's give it the times.
When I used to fly over there, we'd have to tape tons of weed to our nuts just to be able to, and in our road cases, just so we could smoke over there because they had dirt weed.
Yeah.
You know, it was horrible weed. But yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
It's fucking dangerous bringing that stuff overseas, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you get arrested, that's serious.
Yeah, I brought it. So I'd bring it everywhere like that. And when we went to
What
Iraq.
kind of tape?
Like gaff tape. It's just
Jesus.
the worst, man. I feel like you tear the first layer of your nuts off when you go to grab your weed. But yeah, we would do that. And then
that's a commitment though.
Yeah, I actually brought it. I made the big mistake of not bringing a bunch, but I got to Iraq. We went to Iraq for like right when the war broke out. What was it, like 2003 or 2004? And we were over there, and Scandalous Estevan Oriol, the photographer, he's over there with us documenting the whole thing. And I pull it out because we're at this airport in Bahrain, but I feel like it's a field and no one's gonna mess with us. And he's like, "Hey, bro, look at the back of your fucking passport. Look what it says." And it says right there, like, you're basically like, they'll kill you if they find, you brought any drugs into Iraq or, where we were, Bahrain. So I did away with everything and I just kind of took up drinking on that trip. And I'm not really much of a drinker, but.
Do you still smoke weed?
I don't. Nah. I have a friend who's like a dear friend, who's like a cool, like young doctor named Dr. B in San Diego. And I called him. He actually removed my tonsils. And then like a week later, I found out I had what was called precancer, Barrett's esophagus. I said, "What does this mean, Dr. B? Should I just like kind of like tone down like how much I'm smoking?" And he's like, "No, this means like, this is your warning shot. Like, pay attention, stop smoking." Like,
esophageal cancer is a rough one too. That's what killed Christopher Hitchens.
Really?
Yeah. That's a rough one. That kills a lot of fucking people. Once you get it, and you're gone. Basically, I think it kills I think Hitch said like 95% of the people that get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt like he's always pretty honest with me, and I just stopped. Like, I love CBD. That's pretty much what I mess with now, but. That's all. Do
you find a lot of people use CBD and they find that it alleviates anxiety and lets them sleep better? Do you find that?
Yeah, as long as I take like triple or quadruple the amount that it says to take on the bottle.
Right.
Because I feel like if I take what the proper dosage is, it doesn't do much, but I'm one of those people whose mind's racing constantly. I'll get home from the studio at 1 or 2 and I'm just like, kind of like figuring out how long I got to sleep before I get to wake up my kids and go to school, and I just sit there with my wheels spinning unless I use CBD, and then that kind of helps. And then I have what's called trigeminal neuralgia. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Oh, it's the fucking worst. It's called the suicide disease because basically all of your nerves in your face are firing all at the same time. So it almost feels like what you feel when you think you need a root canal or you have like a tooth that's messed up. But I got trigeminal neuralgia. And I've only had 4 episodes, but when I do get it, I use CBD, and it's been amazing. But if you look it up, a lot of people will go to a dentist, get a bunch of root canals done that they don't need, or they don't know how to treat it, and usually people kill themselves.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's gnarly. I didn't really know about it. I just was home one day, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, the whole side of my face is burning. It's miserable.
Chronic pain condition that affects the trigeminal nerve, which carries a sensation from your face to your brain. If you have trigeminal neuralgia, even mild stimulation of your face, such as from brushing your teeth or putting on makeup, may trigger a jolt of excruciating pain. Holy shit, man.
Yeah,
what is the cause? What causes that?
All different things. They thought like mine, I maybe got mine from impact, like from my accident. And then maybe little sparring that I've done has triggered it. Also dental, when I get dental work done, it triggers it. So,
but the CBD stops it.
Yeah, CBD, and then if it's really bad, there's this medication called gabapentin, and I feel like that's been a real great way to kind of like mask the pain. And once the gabapentin calms the nerve, it kind of deads the nerve. 24, 48 hours, it's gone. If it's a really bad episode, if it's a not so bad, CBD just keeps it away.
Wow. They say that a lot of nerve diseases are inflammation caused. So sometimes, like if you change your diet, you can smooth some of those out, like lower the sugar intake and some of the other things that might be causing inflammation. Did they give you any advice like that?
Nah, but around the same time, I figured out I was allergic to gluten, which I really thought was
horseshit.
Whatever. I was like, yeah, right, okay, yeah, we need to be gluten-free. And then I tried it, and the doctor I had seen said, well, you really got to try it, though. You got to commit 100%. You got to give it at least like 2 to 3 weeks and see how you feel. And I did it, and it was a game changer. Like I felt normal, whereas I'd have a lot of ups and downs depending on what I was eating. And I'm still eating clean at the time. I'm still eating vegan. I'm eating, whatever. But a lot of us can't, digest or kind of our bodies can't absorb the gluten.
Yeah. Well, have you ever had pasta in Europe?
Yeah.
It's very different.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
have so much shit in ours, so much.
Well, it's the Maynard Keenan from Tool. He explained it to me because he runs an osteria in Arizona.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the guy's a fucking wizard, man. He's got his own winery. He runs an osteria. But he said that and we subsequently looked it up after he told me this, in the early turn of the century, when they were growing wheat, they experimented and changed the wheat to make it more dense so that you could get more yield out of an acre. And so by doing that, they changed how your body processes it, and there's more complex glutens in like a stalk of wheat, like an old-timey wheat, like you would get like in Italy or France or something like that. It's a different wheat. It looks different. It's a much more scrawny-looking plant. And so if they had an acre of that, you don't get nearly as much wheat.
Yeah.
And so in America, we said, well, bigger's better. And we made it bigger and better and thicker, and your body has a much harder time processing it. And that's why people get so much inflammation and leaky gut and all these different ailments that people get from bread and pasta in this country. It's because of this much more complex wheat. But I buy pasta overseas. I buy this, God damn it. I'll say the name of it. I found out about it in Italy, that they sell it in America.
Just for that reason?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I can eat it. And if I want pasta, it's not that disgusting.
Yeah.
Here, let me find it.
Yeah, I love pasta.
I do too. But it's something that I found if I eat a lot of, it just fucks me. So I have to make sure that I don't. Let me find it real quick, and I'll pull up the name of it.
And I felt like leaky gut was like a hoax. I would be like, what are you talking about? I've never even heard about this, but I feel like it's legit, and they're spot on about that.
It's called Morelli spaghetti, and it's from Italy. And the type of wheat that they use, it's a very different type of wheat. Like it tastes different. It doesn't bloat you up as much. It's I think somebody explained it to me, like what kind of wheat you're looking for. But what I found is that I've tried gluten-free pasta, and it's like, you know what I like better than gluten-free pasta? Spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash with marinara sauce is fucking delicious. I actually sometimes like it better than pasta. But
they sell that at Erewhon all the time.
Yeah.
In the hot part.
Spaghetti squash is outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's guilt-free. You can eat it, and you're not thinking you're, bloating yourself up.
Yeah.
But we've ruined pasta. We ruined
Pretty
bread,
much.
ruined pot. But it gives you that feeling. That feeling you get after you eat a lot of it. You're like, ugh. That's what that is. Your body's like, what the fuck am I doing with this?
Yeah, you're immediately tired. You feel bloated. Yeah.
But if you eat it in Italy, you don't get that feeling. And you look at those people over there, they're not fat.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's true.
Yeah, they're walking around all over the place, and they're eating pasta. And
yeah. Yeah, Europe, everyone's walking or riding bikes.
yeah.
Americans.
Well, that's the thing about France too. France, when they're eating those baguettes, they're eating it with like this very rich butter that's like grass-fed butter. It's like a dark yellow butter, so it's very high fat content. It's got a lot of essential fatty acids in it, and you're just getting and it's a different kind of bread too. And meanwhile, they're not fat.
Yeah.
And they're drinking wine, and they're not fat. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Agreed.
Standard American diet is just fucked up. But I've always wanted to ask you that about, like, the drumming. Because, everything that I do, like everything repetitive, whether it's boxing or even archery, a lot of people get injuries in archery just from repetitive stress, from just pulling the bow back over and over again. I'm like, God damn, Travis, your whole fucking thing is repetitive. It's like, and I see you, every time I see you, like, my shoulders hurt.
Yeah.
My elbows hurt.
No, my first week hurts. My first week sucks, like on tour.
Really?
Like getting acclimated. Because even practice, rehearsals are not a show. It's just a different intensity. But yeah, as long as I train for it, I'm cool. I kind of like, boxing has helped so much. And
Really?
I don't box because I think I'm a tough guy or I think I can, beat people's asses or whatever. It's really just for functionality, like so I can play the drums the way I want to.
So you started doing it for that reason?
Well, no, I started when I knew my son was being born. Like when my girlfriend at the time was pregnant, I woke up that morning, I ran to the freeway and back like twice, and then I went and found a boxing gym. I walked into 10 Goose. I actually walked into John Bray's, who used to be Tyson's sparring partner. And it was like 2005? Yeah, 2003. And then I started boxing. I just walked into 10 Goose, and I started jump roping and hitting pads, and I don't know, I just had this urge to want to like box and be better.
That's so interesting. Like just from knowing that you were going to be a dad.
I just wanted to be better. I wanted immediately I just thought to myself I wanted a lifestyle change. I needed to evolve, and I needed to know how to protect this little human I was bringing into the world, and I knew I needed to change my lifestyle because I was kind of out of control.
Wow. It's an amazing thing that happens to you when you become a father. It's a weird switch that goes off in your brain that you can't really describe to people that don't have kids.
Yeah, and it's even weirder when the switch doesn't go off. So like, you know, you see people who are horrible fathers or horrible parents, and I just don't get like how didn't that switch turn on for you?
Right.
You know?
Like the ones who don't want to be around their kids freak me out the most.
Yeah.
They just don't want to be. They just want to be away all the time. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. But yeah, and now I love boxing. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. I've been doing Muay Thai a little bit more because I can kind of save my hands.
Yeah.
Because it's not good on my hands in any way, shape, or form.
How so?
You know, just the impact over and over
but
again.
Are you getting your hands professionally wrapped? You get them wrapped correctly?
Yeah.
But it still bothers you?
My knuckles hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you using big, heavy gloves?
Yeah.
What ounce gloves are you using?
I think they're 14 ounce.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you should switch to like 18 or 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a thicker padding in the front. It'll protect your knuckles better, and it even gives you a better workout, really, because you're pushing more weight.
A little heavier.
Yeah. You're pushing more weight, and you'll have more impact. But another thing I would say is get a bag that's a water bag. Water bags are fantastic. Have you ever seen those before?
Yeah, I've seen them at the gym. Yeah, they're awesome.
Fucking dig into those things, and it's minimal impact, but you're still pushing the same amount of weight. You know, through throwing the punches, you can still explode with the same amount of force, but you know you're sinking into that bag, and so a lot of people with tendinitis find that that's a way better option. There's another. I have two bags out there. One of them's a Fairtex bag, and Fairtex makes it's a Muay Thai bag, but it's softer. And the other one's a Monster bag. The Monster bag's like really hard. That's
stiff, right?
Dense. Yeah. Dense as fuck. So I like the combination of the two. But the Fairtex one is good if I'm injured, if like my shoulders bother me or something like that. I can dig into that bag and it's not going to have the same jolt as like hitting something solid and hard. So if you're having problems with your hands, that's what I would say. Another thing you can do is they make wraps that are gel wraps. You slide them on your hand almost like a glove.
Yeah, that's what he just told me about, one of the guys I train with.
Yeah. Those are great.
Yeah.
And then that on top of the heavier glove, I bet it'll stop all the hand stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to try that. Yeah, he just told me about that. That'll protect my knuckles a little bit more. Because I find if I lift weights, I never get big. Like, I never look big, but I feel kind of stiff and just slow. It's the worst feeling ever. And I did it one time. Right before tour, I was living in Cheviot Hills for a little while, and I was working out at a gym over there, and it was all bodybuilder guys. And I would train with one just to, like, be pushed. And I got behind my kit, and it was the worst feeling ever. The worst. I felt like I was in slow motion.
Right.
So I figured out, like, I need to train how I want to move when I'm actually playing the drums.
Weightlifting's fine, but you have to do it lightly. The thing about weightlifting is people want to do it to failure all the time. You know, do 10 sets of this and 5 sets of that and go to failure every time. Come on, push.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I subscribe to the Pavel Tsatsouline method. He's a famous Russian kettlebell instructor, and his philosophy is that you should do more sets but less repetition. So, like, say if you could do a weight and you could lift it 10 times. Don't lift it 10 times. Lift it 5.
Right.
If you lift it 10, what the fuck's going on with my voice? All this talk about esophageal cancer. My voice is rebelling. But if you could lift something 10 times, lift it 5 times and just do more sets and give yourself a lot of time in between sets. Because if you're training for strength, you can do certain things like kettlebells in specific where it's strength, but it's also endurance. But really, if you just want to do strength, the best way to do it is to do a short set of a few repetitions and then do multiple versions of that. Like take a long time off, like 5-10 minutes, and then do another 5 reps, 5-10 minutes, do another 5 reps, and then do it again in a couple of days. And then do it again instead of like once a week where you just blow your body out and you're like, that feeling where you can barely move. That's terrible.
Worse, yeah.
It's not a smart way because you don't recover as well.
Yeah, and you end up getting hurt or having to take a day off. You know what I started doing was, with this one trainer named Don, we figured out kind of like a metronome workout. So you're actually like a tempo workout where you're training to a tempo. So you have to do high reps. Like, you'll stay to a minute and maybe the tempo is like, you know what I mean? So whatever, even if it's quick and you're not doing everything like exactly technique-wise, really slow and, it's kind of like making sure you stay up with the tempo, which I feel like really helped me with staying quick and fast with drums and more endurance,
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, is drumming a young man's game? I mean, is it like athletics where as you get older, drummers slow down?
I don't know. I haven't. I played just as wild as I did back in the day.
And how old are you now?
43.
You look great.
Oh, thank you.
You don't look 43.
Yeah, Max Weinberg told me one time he watched me play and he was like at a show where Blink played and he's like, I don't know how much longer you can play like that.
Because you fucking go hard, dude.
He's like, you're going to need back surgery.
You play like you have rabies. You're just smashing the fucking drums.
So knock on wood, nothing has changed and I play exactly how I always have, I don't even want to think about a day where I have to play any different.
Right.
I'm sure it'll come, but...
Do you get massages?
Yes.
That'll help a lot, right? Yeah.
Massages, Epsom salt baths.
That's where the tank comes in play, man.
Yeah, that thing looks amazing.
The tank is all Epsom salts. Look at you, dude. You're going fucking crazy. When you watch that, I would watch you play, and I would just go, how the fuck can this guy maintain this pace? Because everybody drums differently, I mean, it's really interesting to watch people's different, especially my friend Bill Burr really got into drumming, and he's really into it, and I like watching him play, and it's interesting to see someone take something up and get better and take lessons and learn it. But the thing that really strikes me is how many repetitions are involved. Like as you're doing this, like the amount of times you're hitting these drums is fucking insanity.
You got to pace yourself. If it's a 2-hour set, I know like, oh, this is a verse of this song. I can this is not a big part. You can kind of chill, but it's like a round. If you're doing a round, look up in the clock and you realize, oh, wow, I still have 2 minutes left. Yeah. Well, pace yourself. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I approach shows. But the goal is to train so much before you even get on tour that you're not even having to think about that. You're just playing the show exactly how you want to play. It's almost, I imagine it's like that with fighting, where you envision what you want to do in your head and you're in the shape and you know the technique to execute. And you don't have to think about it or go like, oh, I can't do that. I didn't practice that enough. I like to be able to just do whatever I'm feeling and not, be like, oh shit, I don't know how to do that. Or I'm going to get tired if I do that. I don't want that to happen.
Right.
So that's the goal. It's just being able to execute what you have, the idea in your head.
Well, musicians have to have discipline because you have to practice. That's one of the things that makes you guys so unique in the entertainment world. It's like, I mean, I guess maybe actors have to practice. Stand-up comedians, we only practice in front of an audience. But you guys have to fucking practice. Like,
so you don't go through your show?
No.
Before you go out?
No, I write. I write and I listen to recordings of old sets, but I don't like sit in front of a mirror and go, hey, folks.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I don't know anybody that does
because it would
that.
feel so weird when you go up to do it. It would feel rehearsed, right?
Yeah, that's the last thing you want. You got to be in the moment.
Same thing happens with if you practice too much as a band and then you go try to play those songs and act like you're having fun. That same thing happens. So I try to practice a lot on my own, and I'm not even practicing those songs. Just drill,
Yeah,
but
like Sam Kinison used to have a joke about the Beach Boys. About they're going out there like playing I Wish They Could All Be California Girls again, and like Jesus fucking Christ, I wish they all could. Like it becomes a job that you don't want that. You want it to be fresh and exciting, and you want it to be something that you're really in the moment and really thinking about.
So I make up new shit on the spot too. That's the best. Is I just make up new fills or just try to reinvent the songs to the point where even like Mark will look back at me and be like, "Whoa, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like, that's the best, you know? Just kind of freaking it on the fly.
Right.
And even to the crowd, it's like, whoa, that's cool. You haven't heard it like that before.
Yeah.
So that's like after 2 or 3 months of being on tour, you do stuff like that.
Yeah. When you get off tour, do you consciously give yourself a rest?
No, I'm busier at home than I am on tour. On tour is so lavish, man. Like you have someone saying, I mean, you do have people kind of waiting on you hand and foot somewhat, you know, like, hey, catering's, you know, ready if you want to eat, or hey, you got to go do an interview 30 minutes before you go on stage. Cars outside waiting for you after the show, taking you to the hotel. So that doesn't happen at home.
Right.
You know, and at home, I do so many other things besides playing the band. Like I, you know, produce a bunch of rap artists. I have Crossroads. I have clothing companies. I have 3 kids. It's way busier at home. Tour is a vacation.
That's interesting.
Yeah, for me.
Wow.
Because I don't know how to say no either. Mind you, I have a lot of things I love doing, so I can't complain and be like, oh, I hate going to the studio. I hate doing this. I love it all. I just kind of love it all so much that I have trouble saying no sometimes. So
when you said you're managing or you're producing rap artists?
Yeah.
How many?
Like I'm in the studio right now with this group called Suicide Boys, who are awesome. They're from New Orleans, and we have a EP coming out that's called Live Fast, Die Whenever, and we just finished over the weekend, or yesterday. So it's, you know, you go in there at noon and you leave there at 4 a.m. every day until you're finished, because they're only in town for a little while. So yeah, it takes a little bit. And then like I worked on XXXTentacion's album before he passed away. I work with like Smoke Perp, Vic Menza, a bunch of different artists.
Do you like that because it's a different genre? It helps you mix it up a little bit? Are you just a big rap fan as well? Obviously, you're wearing an Ice Cube shirt.
Yeah, I grew up. I actually listened to rap music before I listened to any kind of music at all. Like Beastie Boys and Run DMC and Public Enemy and The Far Side and KRS-One. That's what I grew up on. And then I discovered, you know, I loved metal too. I loved Slayer and King Diamond, and then I discovered a band called Minor Threat and The Descendants and Black Flag and Bad Brains, and I just liked it all. And then my dad listened to jazz music and country rebel music, so I was born and raised on like Johnny Cash and Buck Owens and everything. So, and I kind of learned to love it all. And I had people around me when I was young, when I was first learning how to read music, that just kept embedding in my head, like, you gotta listen to everything. You can't just learn one thing. So I was actually taught how to play like traditional jazz when I was really young, and then I taught myself how to play everything else.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, but I always loved everything.
That's nice that you have an appreciation for all those different genres too.
Yeah, it'd be like if all you did was UFC commentating, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy.
Right.
Like, this must be so much fun for you and all of your other endeavors. Like, same thing. Like, if I was only making, you know, punk rock records or pop punk records or whatever it was, I think I would go insane. And it's been like that for years, you know?
Yeah, I think different people, I think some people, if they're just doing like baseball commentary or something like that, they're fucking happy as shit. They love it.
Yeah.
And they just want to do that. But there's some people like you or maybe like me that I need different things.
Yeah.
I will go crazy.
I love, like, studio life is awesome. Like, I did a Hans Zimmer thing the other week, and then the next day I'm in with like a band called Nothing Nowhere doing something completely different. This week I'm doing a Lil Peep and XXX remix. It has to be like that for me, or I get really bored and I just don't feel creative.
Right.
I feel kind of like, I don't know.
That's cool though.
I don't like that.
How does that work? Like, you get a phone call or someone texts you, hey Travis, we need you to come in here and light this motherfucker on fire, and you get in there and...
Yeah, it's been like that, you know? Or like, you know, some projects we've manifested too. Like, there's this band called the Fever 333 that I produce and write with, and they just got nominated for a Grammy. Like, they're up for a Grammy for Best Rock Performance. And that was something I just envisioned with the singer of that band, Jason. And we started literally a year ago, and they're nominated for a Grammy.
Wow.
So like stuff like that, like kind of being an architecture without building buildings, you know, being architecture and music or whatever it is you're passionate about, that excites me.
You're just building sound.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing better.
And working with different genres too has got to be exciting too, because you can mix it up and...
Yeah.
Wow. Now, when you're like, how do you like schedule your time in terms of like how much time you're going to spend on your own studio work, how much time you're going to spend on other people's stuff? Do you just play it by ear? It seems like with a guy like you must get so many requests, and you said you have a hard time saying no. I would imagine it's fucking overwhelming.
Yeah. Well, my kids come first before anything, you know? And then I get a lot of opportunities. Like my son Landon is a big rap fan. Like he loves rap. He was raised on rap music. Like he grew up touring with me and Lil Wayne when I toured with Lil Wayne. And he loves being in the studio. So he'll come with me to the studio so I can kind of like double dip, work at the same time as he's in B making music, you know, my studio B, which is really, really awesome. And then same with Alabama. I'm lucky they're both musicians because Alabama and Landon both love music. So they like going on tour with me. They like going to the studio with me. Yeah, or I probably wouldn't be working so much.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it like going on tour with Lil Wayne?
It was so awesome. I came out with a rap project where I made all the beats, and I just got all my favorite rappers. Everyone from like RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan to Lil Wayne, Game, Swizz Beatz. It was crazy. I think I had 30 guests on there, and Wayne asked me to go out on tour with him. So me and Mixmaster Mike from the Beasties were like the opening act on that tour, and Drake was out there, Nicki Minaj, and Rick Ross.
Wow.
It was so fun. So I loaded up the bus with everyone. I brought Yellow Wolf out. I brought J-Rock. I brought Paul Wall. I brought the Cool Kids, and we just got in a bus and we went on tour.
Jesus
Christ.
It was
the best, yeah.
How long are those shows? All those people? How long is that show?
That's like with all the acts, at least 4 hours. Yeah, it's a long one.
By the time the fucking show's over, like, good Lord, that audience must be beaten into a coma.
Oh, yeah. But then the headliner's on, who they're really there to see.
Right.
But that was a big accomplishment, just being able to play in that genre of music, because I listened to it as a kid, but there's never really been a home for a live drummer in a rap scenario.
Right.
You know? So from the beginning, I don't even know what year it was, when Puff called me when I had just joined Blink, and he's like, yo, I want you to be in this video. And I was like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Because I pretty much I was just like, wow, I'm in one of the biggest, you know, bands in the world. I'm so stoked. I couldn't ask for anything more. And I always wanted.
There you go.
I always wanted to.
Can a drummer get some?
That tour was so fun. But yeah, once Puff asked me to be in a video, it was kind of like it just snowballed from there.
You just got into that world.
Yeah, and I had no idea why he wanted me, you know. But I was just like, wow, this is so cool, because I grew up on Big E. Like, I loved all that genre of music, but I was okay with just staying in my lane as well. But when I got accepted with like open arms, and I was invited to do like BET Awards with T.I. or Tyga or Wayne, and it was just insane, you know, playing the Grammys. The funny thing is, I've never played the Grammys with Blink, but I've played the Grammys with like Pitbull, Drake, Eminem. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird to me. I just feel it's a trip. The opportunities I've had outside of rock music have been such blessings.
When you say all these things and you know that you did all these things, does it almost seem like you're living in a dream?
Yeah, I feel like smacking myself. Like, it doesn't feel real. When people go like, oh, who would you like to collaborate with? I feel like I'm so spoiled, and I've been so blessed to play with all these musicians I love, that I just say nobody. You know, whatever comes, I'm happy with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool though. That's great, man. That means you're fulfilled.
Yeah.
You know? You're doing what you want to do. Like, you're ready.
Totally.
Whoever. Let's do it.
Yeah. If you wanted to make a record, Joe, I'd be there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Well, lucky for you, I'm totally talentless in the music department, so it's not going to happen. But
no, you're such a talent, man. I love, like, when you and Dominic Cruz are commentating together, doesn't get any better.
Yeah, I love Dom. He's
best,
awesome,
man. He beat the shit out of me a couple times.
Why did you let him?
Well, because he, you know, we used to sponsor him a little bit, like with Famous. Like, you know, he used to walk out in Famous stuff, like when UFC they didn't have Reebok gear. And he would come down and train, because I would train with this one guy, Josh, over here in Woodland Hills. And he said, Trav, I'm going to be in town. I'm going to come train with you. I was like, okay, cool. Little did I know it'd be Dom tossing me around and like fucking, oh my gosh, man. It was so difficult. But
does he make you roll with him?
Well, no, he'd be like, try to sleep me. Like, try to knock me out.
Jesus.
So I'm giving my all, and
he's just using his defense?
And you know, when you when you actually swing in the air and you're not landing, it's actually more tiresome than when you're hitting somebody. So I'm swinging in the air. He's like on the side of me all of a sudden, like, you know, he's so quick, like with footwork. And then I'm wrestled to the ground, and it's just a wrap every time, man. He's so talented. So yeah,
his
man,
footwork
I love
is
that guy.
preposterous.
Yeah.
He just has the most ridiculous footwork. His footwork is so unique to him too. Everything he does, he's got like this weird herky jerky little thing. He does. He's probably one of the most unique MMA fighters ever.
I feel like a lot of people have kind of borrowed from his style too.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And not to say they didn't make it their own, but I feel like Dom was the first one you saw, you know, kind of move like that.
Unquestionably.
Yeah.
And that's because of his intelligence. Because he doesn't like getting hit. He's like, okay, I got to figure out a way to not get hit so much. Like, what's the best way to not get hit? And he just came up with this very unorthodox way of moving. He's a real encyclopedia of information when you start talking to him about fighting. Like, I really enjoy doing commentary with him because he's so insightful. He's so good at pointing out little areas where he thinks people are making mistakes or how to capitalize on certain things that people are doing.
Yeah, I've watched fights with him before, and he gives a different insight than what I'm seeing.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. No, he's great, especially when it comes to wrestling, clinch work, and you know, and even like weird striking techniques. I mean, he's so good at befuddling people that he fights with movement and information. Like, he's giving them looks, and they're trying to set up. You know, they're standing there trying to set up, and they don't know what the fuck he's doing. Then they have to reset, and they're trying again, and then he's giving them a different look, and he's standing over here, and then he's in front of you with his hands down, then he's not, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a trip. He's great.
Just fucked up his shoulder again, man.
I know, man. I think he trains so much. I feel like he just, you know, he's obsessive. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a savage. I mean, he got back from knee surgery, and he went so hard that he gave himself plantar fasciitis. So he fucked up the bottom of his feet from running and sprinting and doing all kinds of crazy shit to get in shape. And, you know, he got over that. And, I mean, he's had so many different surgeries. Knee
and that's
surgery.
Miserable. Have you had that?
No, I've never had plantar.
Oh, man. I had it on a tour where I get these weird kind of things where I have to do a certain thing before I go on stage. So one of the things I did on a tour that was, I don't know, it was about a 4-month tour, is run 4 to 5 miles before the show. And by the middle of that tour, I had actually given myself a stress fracture in my foot. Ugh. It was terrible.
Did you run on concrete?
Not on a treadmill.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn, dude.
Well, sometimes when there was no treadmill, I'd just run out in the street. But I kind of get like that where I just like, I don't know, I get obsessive about stuff, and I want to do it. I get too I throw myself all the way in. Where
now,
I'm like,
what kind of running shoes do you run with? Do you run with?
I was running, like, honestly, on that tour, sometimes I'd run in Vans, which is probably half of my problem. But, you know, it'd be so quick, like, oh, I have an hour here to do this. But, yeah, it wasn't fun, though. It was painful.
Yeah, when you have overuse injuries, those are some of the hardest, especially your feet. They're some of the hardest to recover from because you have to walk. It's not like if you hurt your elbow, you could just not use it for a while. Yeah. And it'll eventually heal up, but you need to use your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, plantar's a rough one, man. I know a lot of people that have got that. I've been very lucky. I came from a martial arts background, a lot of kicking and stuff like that, so my feet are pretty strong from moving. But I found that running with minimalist shoes on hills, that made them even stronger. Yoga made them stronger.
Like what, those weird kind of, what are they called?
Vibram 5-finger shoes. I wear those. There's another company called Vivo Barefoot. I wear those. I like those a little bit better for running on the hills because I'm running on a lot of rocks and shit. And the Vibrams, they would be great if everything was soft dirt, but I'm running on weird jagged rocks and shit, and it hurts your feet. You got to be real careful where you place your feet.
Yeah.
But it just forces your feet to work as they're supposed to, as opposed to like a big cushiony running shoe. You know, like a big cushiony running shoe feels good. It feels good to run on it because you get all this cushion. It's not so jarring, but your body you really should run, I think, personally, unless you're a runner, you should probably run less with a minimalist shoe than you should run, like, because it's more comfortable to run with a big fat cushion. Right. I think you ultimately give yourself probably more injuries that way.
Yeah.
But you can get injuries from those minimalist shoes too if you don't pay close attention. You try too hard, too quick. Yeah. And your foot's not conditioned for it.
My feet are terrible too, man. I had what was called a Liz Frank fracture.
What is
you ever heard of that? It's basically your foot breaks in half, like all your tendons, your ligaments, and your bones.
How the fuck did you do that?
So I was high as a kite, and I was in Australia, and I was running to the bus, and I had like 2 huge bags that were I probably had 40 pounds on my back, and I was just trying to get to the bus to get to the next show or whatever. And it was the stupidest thing ever, but it was the little, the little cracks in the sidewalk where it's up higher, and I didn't see, and I fell with all that weight on me. And I'm in the bus, and I'm starting to think, wow, this is really bad. And my tour manager's like, hey, man, just get the blood flowing, try walking on it. And I'm trying to just suck it up, and I'm walking in the airport, and I'm like almost like tearing, like I'm fucking hurting so bad. And I was like, man, I think I need to get an x-ray or like an MRI. This isn't good. So I play like the next 2 shows with my other foot. I get an x-ray. They say I've broken my foot in half. I need surgery. So I think I end up doing a couple weeks of the tour, which I shouldn't have. I should have gone and done that surgery. But I played it with my other foot, and then I got home. I did the surgery, and I was like 6 months on crutches and just recovering. It was terrible.
6 months on crutches.
And then I feel like I wasn't healing that great because I was taking so many painkillers and everything. It was slowing down the process, which I don't know if you've heard of, but that it really, like, my bones became super brittle.
From painkillers?
From painkillers.
What painkillers?
Norcos.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
But I would imagine the pain must have been fucking excruciating. Snapping your foot in half?
Oh, it was so painful. Yeah, when it first happened.
Something else for pain medication after you got off of that stuff?
I just smoked weed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah. I'm pretty good with pain. It doesn't really bug me.
What about edibles?
I haven't really done it.
You don't fuck with edibles?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I haven't had anything for 10 years.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Zero? No alcohol, no weed, no nothing? Damn.
Yeah.
10 years.
Which was after my accident as well, I was fed, 4 months in a hospital, being fed morphine every day for 4 months, and then being on all these bipolar meds and everything else. I honestly didn't want to put anything in my body when I got out. I didn't even take painkillers when I got home.
Now, what kind of bipolar meds they put you on?
Dude, I don't even remember. I was on like 4 or 5, just bipolar. And then, I had so many. I probably had like 12 medications I got sent home with. And I did it for about a week or 2, and then I went and see my doctor. I'd actually overheard one of my friends talking, who was like a brother to me. And I had heard him talking to someone else, and he was like, yo, like, Travis seems a little different, Like he seems a little bit slow or something. And I had overheard him. He didn't know I overheard him, but these meds I had been telling my docs too. I was like, I just don't feel like me. I feel weird, and I just don't feel like myself. So I just flushed him down the toilet one day. And the next week I came back to see him, and he's like, how you doing? I said, good. I'm off all of those meds you told me I'd be on for the rest of my life. And they're like, oh, dude, from what you've been through, like, you it's okay to be on something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing fine, though. Like, I don't need those, And he's
so they wanted to put you on it because of the plane crash?
Yeah, they're like, don't shame yourself, by giving yourself a hard time that you have to take these pills. And I said, well, I honestly don't feel like they're doing what they're supposed to for me, and they're actually having like a negative effect on me. So I really don't want to take them. They also told me I'd never run again, I'd never do this, I'd never do that again. So I think I just got to the point where I was like, let me see how many things I can prove otherwise that they've told me. Once I stopped taking the pills.
Jesus. So they put you on bipolar medication because of a traumatic crash.
Yeah.
That seems odd to me. I mean, I'm not a doctor, obviously, but.
Well, I was kind of crazy. I was like suicidal when I was in the hospital. I was on so many drugs I didn't even know my friends had passed away. I didn't even know the 2 pilots had passed away. I didn't remember anything. I kept thinking like everyone was in the hospital, including the 2 pilots, including my 2 best friends, and AM. I thought everyone was just in different rooms till about 2 weeks before I left.
Wow.
And then I went crazy. Then it was like they had a 5150 case on their hands. I wasn't in a good place. So yeah, then I did a lot of like post-traumatic like therapy when I was in the hospital to kind of like calm things down once I got through all my surgeries. And then yeah, over time it was cool, but it was never cool, but I started to feel better, but yeah, I think it was 'cause I was so crazy at the time.
But it's interesting that I would think that bipolar medication would be something that you would give someone who has like a condition that just is sort of they're predisposed to it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about bipolar, but I would think that that's something that you just have, you know? It's like you have a mental condition. I wouldn't think that it would be something that they would give you to overcome a traumatic incident.
Yeah, I think they were afraid I had like a mental condition after everything happened, you know?
Do you think they think like maybe because you're an artist that you're probably a little crazy anyway?
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think...
But I was a mess too. Like, you know, like I'd smoked so much weed, you know, every day, and I'd taken so many pills, and I would self-medicate quite a bit that I woke up probably out of 11 of my 30 surgeries I had in the burn center. I woke up swinging on doctors. So, because I would wake up and I'd be opened up and I would just go crazy.
Jesus Christ. Were you just trying to get off the table?
Yeah, I would just try to get off the table. I don't even think I really knew what was going on. I just wasn't, they couldn't give me enough medication to knock me out because I had been self-medicating for so long and abusing meds for so long.
Wow. So you would get up from anesthesia? You would just wake up?
In the middle of anesthesia.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was a problem.
How did you clean up?
I think after I think the last time I swung on a doctor, they were kind of like, you can't be here no more. And then I was like, wow, well, I need X amount of more surgeries. And I really was just fighting demons, you know. I just figured out like my two best friends had passed away and the pilots had passed away, and I was just like in an ugly place. And you know, my kids couldn't come visit me because 65% of my body was burnt, so I couldn't be around people. So I was just in it, man. And then I don't know, I turned a corner. And then I was like a team player, and I don't think I was on as many meds. Most of my surgeries were over, and just learning how to walk again, being able to take a shower by myself again, all that stuff, man. I think that was just, those were the good points that helped me turn the corner. And I don't know, I just had more strength, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Wow. So you just turned a corner in your mind and just sort of accepted it. And
yeah. Same with drugs. Like I didn't ever do rehab or anything. I think it was mainly my kids, and just second chance at life was enough for me. I was like, I never want to do any of that stuff again, you know?
That's cool. So once you get a certain amount of distance between you and those days, does it seem like it wasn't even real? It wasn't you doing those things?
Yeah. You look back and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I still talk to those doctors to this day. Like Dr. Grossman, he's so awesome, and he basically saved my life, you know. But I still talk to him, and he lives out here in the valley, and he has Grossman Burn Center, and I go over there at Christmas and see burn victims that are over there in the burn center and help out any way I can. But yeah, he's
That's
great.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, many of my friends that I know that had real bad drug problems and then now are off drugs, they look back and they go, what the fuck was I doing? Like, how was that me?
Yeah.
It's interesting how that happens in your life. You have these new chapters in your life, and sometimes it could just be something that happened like 2 weeks ago. And you're like, who the fuck was that guy 2 weeks ago? I'm not even him anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like you get, sometimes people make these abrupt turns in their life, and then they go, yeah, I'm never going back. And you go, well, we'll see. And then you look 10 years later, like, wow, you were right. You never went back.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, like, I still have you ever heard of what's called, like, user dreams?
No.
Where, like, I think I've fucked up and I'm smoking weed again. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, my God, how am I going to stop? Because I loved smoking so much, you know? Or whatever your vice was, you know, if it was, like, whatever it was,
gambling,
you know? Yeah,
everything.
you're just like, you wake up and you think you're doing it again, and then you realize, no, I'm all good.
I used to have dreams like that where I had to go back to high school.
Really?
I used to have dreams for years, man. Like,
did you hate high school?
Fucking hated it.
Me too. I don't think anyone likes it. Unless you're like, you know, soon to be a professor or fucking doctor or something. But.
Well, I just had no idea what I wanted to do for a living. And I was just like, being trapped in a classroom constantly was excruciating.
Yeah.
I must have had, I mean, I probably do have like some crazy form of ADD. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed. Never been to a shrink. But if I did, I mean, I'm sure they'd probably try to put me on something.
Right.
if I tried to tell them what's going on in my head all the time, they'd be like, Jesus, sit down, hold on. Take these. Take these, whatever you're doing is bad. But when I was in high school, I fucking hated it and I barely got by. And then when I got out of high school, I would have these dreams where I would wake up in the middle of the night and I didn't have enough credits to graduate and have to go back. And then I was sitting there in my bed before I woke up trying to decide whether or not I was just going to fucking drop out and not graduate from high school, not have a high school diploma, or go back and do another fucking year of hell. And it would, my guts would turn, then I'd wake up and be, oh my God, I graduated.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the worst. I was the same way, man. I just barely got by high school.
Did you go to school out here?
Well, I grew up in like Fontana, Riverside, Corona. Yep, Fontucky.
Shout out to Double Dose Muay Thai out there.
Good is there a good Muay Thai place out there? So people like to fight in Fontana.
Well, people like to fight everywhere.
Yeah. No, you either fight or play football.
In Fontana? Yeah. Or you sell meth?
Yep. But I was the same way. Just skated by high school. And then I remember I didn't even want to walk. I fucking hated it so much. I actually rode my skateboard with my friends that were like much older than me that I'd go skateboarding with every day. And we were skateboarding by the high school as everyone walked and got their diploma. I was just like,
did you get your diploma?
Fuck that. Yeah, they sent it to me, but
me too.
I didn't want to fucking be there.
No, I didn't. You know? I didn't go to my graduation. I'm like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like this is. Once I got through, I'm like, you don't have me anymore. I can be free. It took me a while to figure out what the fuck to do next.
Yeah, I would sit there and they would be like, so what do you want to do? Like talk to counselors? And I was like, I just want to play drums in a band, really. And they'd be like, well, that's not an option. Like, what college are you going to? And they would talk to me like I was like just insane.
Isn't that crazy that there's so many bands and there's so many drummers? Why is that not an option?
Yeah.
Why is that not an option?
It'd be better if they just said, well, you know, like, I don't know, if they motivated you to actually do what you're passionate about, you know, instead of just being, well, that's not going to happen. So what do you want to do?
God, so many fucking people that probably wanted to be drummers and just never got a push and never, you know, never made it through. But then there's the other argument that if you really want it, you'll find a way.
Yeah, you got to do it. I mean, my dad used to tell me the same thing. He'd be like, you got to have a plan B. And I'd be like, well, if I have a plan B, I'm not going to try that hard. You know, I started thinking in my head, and then that's when I just said, nah, fuck that. Like, it's only this. No matter if I'm rich or poor, whatever the circumstances, this is what I'm doing. Like, I don't give a fuck what the outcome is.
I think that's the right mindset.
Yeah.
I don't think people get by that well. Like when I was just starting to do stand-up, there was a lot of guys who had full-time jobs and they got degrees and, you know, they would work their full-time job and then they would just do stand-up like a couple nights a week. They never made it.
Yeah.
It was the obsessed guys and women, the people that were just like, this is my fucking life. This is what I do. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that do it. The no safety net people are the ones that made it.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to fucking happen. You just have to... You have to stick with it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the people who really stick with it and give it like 110%, your time will come. However big or small it is, something will happen, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, if you figure it out and keep improving and keep learning and learn from your mistakes and learn from your setbacks and keep trying to push and get better and improve. If you do all those things, as hopeless and helpless as it seems, if you continue to improve, you've got to get to a better place. You got to get better, and one day you'll be undeniable. And if you don't, and if you just fall back on that safety net, you're always going to wonder.
Yeah.
You know, you're always going to look at Travis Barker going fucking ham on the drums and going, shit, that could have been me.
Dude, I almost did it. I actually, at one point, my pops is awesome, but he's like Vietnam vet and, you know, rode a Harley his whole life. And he just basically said to me, he's like, yo, you either got to start paying rent at the house because you know you're not in high school no more, or and get like a 60-hour-a-week job, like a real job, or you need to go fucking play drums, but you're not going to do it here in my garage.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, and it was probably the best thing that was ever said to me, you know, as harsh as it was or whatever. And then I had actually caved in, and I just told my friend Noel, I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna get this fucking job because I just somehow got a job that made, you know, in a warehouse. It was like Target warehouse, making pretty good money compared to what I was making at the time. And he hit me the next day, and he's like, I think you're making a big mistake. I think you're very fucking talented, and I think you'll regret this. And you can get this bullshit job any time down the line. Come live with me on, stay at my house. You could sleep on the floor or the couch, and let's play in this fucking band and do it. And I did it. I was like a trash man in Laguna Beach, lived in like this studio apartment with a couple other guys, and it just fucking took off. Like I had to there was like humility too, there was like playing bar after bar, and but I was eating. I was skateboarding every day, and I was living at the beach playing in a band with my friends. So for me, I had already made it.
Those are the best stories.
Yeah.
They're the best stories.
And I think back even to this day, I go to Laguna sometimes, I'm like, wow, that was kind of one of the best moments of my life. Besides my children being born, like poor, no money, but like happy as fuck. Like can't even think of another time I was that happy,
Yeah.
It's cool.
But the only pressure is the pressure of trying to succeed. There's not the pressure of already succeeding and the overwhelming pressure that you must experience now.
Yeah.
Those are great stories, man.
Yeah.
The stories are like where you didn't know if it was going to work.
Yeah, you
figured
have no
it out.
fucking clue.
Those stories right now, some kids are listening to those stories right now, listening to you say this.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck, man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. Like, who knows how many rock stars you're making right now just saying this?
Yeah, because a lot of them are teeter-tottering.
Yes.
Like, am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? Even, I was at the time, and you just have to... don't worry about being cool or being fucking rich or having money. Just be passionate about what you're passionate about and fucking dedicate 100%,
Yeah, there's those moments, man, when you're first starting out anything where it's not sure.
Yeah.
It's not a definite thing. You're in this weird limbo space like, man, am I going to be a loser my whole life? Like what's going to happen to me? And those moments, man, when you look back and you realize you could have quit, but you kept going. You figured it out. You sucked it up.
Yeah.
You worked your way through it. You improved. You kept moving.
Yep.
Yeah, that's life, man.
Yeah. That's what defines you, man.
Yeah, it really does. I just love those fucking stories. I could never get enough of them, man.
Yeah.
The dirty, grimy, and then finally you make it story.
Yeah.
They're the best. Dude, you're running out of space to tattoo. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm actually getting tattoos on top of tattoos.
That's outrageous.
Yeah. I just got this LLJ for XXX.
I'm going to get it. I'm working on some new ones. I've decided to go back in.
You're kind of like remixing them at this point, like getting tattoos on top of tattoos.
Have you ever gotten lasered?
Yeah, once. I had like a new wife, and I had divorced my ex-wife, and she wasn't really stoked on the ex-wife's name on me.
Yeah, that seems like a problem.
Yeah, so I lasered it because it was right on my neck, and she always had to see it. And then, but that's the only time I've ever done it. There's nothing on me I really want to get rid of, where I'm like, oh, that. It's all a story to me. It all tells a story. It's like a moment in time, and I got it for a reason. But I was trying to be cool. And you know what I mean? Trying to be respectful and make her happy at the time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. She hung in there all the way to being married with another chick's name on your neck.
Yeah.
That's a good woman.
True.
But in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love tattoos, man. They're addicting.
Yeah, I love them too.
Once I figured out they didn't hurt at the age of 15, it was on. I didn't.
It's like what people tell you. They're like, oh, it's so painful.
Yeah.
And then you get one, you're like, wait a minute.
It's not so bad.
This is like, it's kind of like a slight burn.
Yeah.
It's like,
kind of therapeutic too.
Yeah, not that bad.
Yeah.
I fell asleep while I was getting tattooed.
Same. Same. When I did my back piece, I fell asleep, and I had two artists working on me at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Just because I fucking hate wasting time.
Yeah.
So they did my back together. They did my head together too.
Yeah, the head's impressive. Let me see the head.
Yeah.
Let me see what that looks like. When did you get that done?
I did my head like, I don't know, 6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I had like a piece on the side of my head that Mr. Cartoon did back in the day.
I love that guy's work.
Oh, yeah, Cartoon is
He's amazing.
Legend.
He's got great shit. He is a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah.
Even outside of tattooing, like lowrider culture.
Yeah.
He's one of the illest. But yeah, he did that, and then that kind of set it off. I always had like praying hands on the side of my head, and then I shaved my head, and I've never grown my hair out since. Because I'm like, fuck it, it's a permanent haircut, basically.
Right.
But yeah.
What is up there? It's hard to see with all the shine.
I have like Virgin Mary right there.
Oh, wow.
think I have like a rose.
You
right here
think?
with a skull. Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
when you know you got a lot of tattoos. I don't know what's on my head.
I have like a transplants gas mask on the back of my head. I have one life, one chance. Yeah, and then like some writing.
Wow. Now, when you got burned, did it affect your tattoos? Did you have to tattoo over it?
Yeah, so I lost all of my tattoos on my legs.
Wow.
Yes, I lost my first tattoo ever, which was a Dag Nasty tattoo, this hardcore band, punk band that I loved forever, and a Bones tattoo, which was my nickname growing up. But I lost everything on my legs. So then they do what's called like grafting. So and I lost some tattoos from my back. So it's like a cheese grater, and they grate all of your skin off your back and my thighs, and then they staple it to you with pig cadaver.
Whoa.
And they wait for you to start healing. So I lost a lot of tattoos, and then I did like on my thighs. You can't really see. I did memorials for Lil Chris, Che, and DJ AM, who all passed away in the accident. So I put them on my legs over the grafts, so you can't really see it. But yeah, I mean, I got out pretty well, man. Like, I mean, you can kind of see it on my hand. My hand, you can see it's discolored and stuff. But for having almost 70% of my body burnt, like, you can't really tell.
That's amazing. Yeah, you can't really tell at all because you're so tattooed up. The pain of healing burns is supposed to be excruciating.
It's the fucking worst thing ever. Well, for me too. I mean, I don't think you guys ever think about being burnt. I know I didn't. Right. I would just be like, I don't know. I just never think about fire until you're on fire, and then you're like, oh shit, and then the treatments afterwards to like do everything, like they would put me in this big pan that was literally about as big as this table with different people all around you, and they would scrape all my burns with a metal brush to get rid of all the infection. Because I basically, when I jumped through the emergency exit, when I opened the emergency exit before the plane blew up, I was in such a hurry to get out of the plane and exit the plane. I jumped right into the jet, which is full of fuel. So my whole body lit up, So I had jet fuel just in my whole body. Like, I burped jet fuel for almost like 3 months. Oh God. So they had that was the main thing to get rid of the infection, is they scrub you with a metal brush to get rid of all of it and all of the dead skin. And then I did about 30 surgeries to repair everything, like skin graft surgeries. They saved my foot because at one point they were going to amputate my right foot. Yeah, it was wild. I have pictures from it.
That burnt that they were going to have to amputate it?
My right foot almost didn't make it.
Was it because the way it was necrosis, or like what was going on that they were going to amputate it?
I think because that was the thing that was most soaked was my shoes and socks when I jumped into the jets, And I had done I had exited the plane. I had started running. I had started ripping off my clothes. Just that's what my instinct told me, is just get rid of everything. But little did I know I would still be on fire because the jet fuel was, I was soaked in it. So I'm actually running towards a highway. A highway's right on the side of me. And I just hear some guy yell stop, drop, and roll. And it just I heard it out of all this chaos of every sirens and everything. And I stopped, drop, and rolled. And the only thing that was still on fire was my feet. And AM came and patted them out. So I think they were on fire the longest too. So still, I think my right foot is probably over 50% of it's a graft.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. But that was I never, like I said, I never even thought about it. It's not something you think about until it happens to you. But being burnt is it's horrific,
Were you affected by the recent fires out here?
It came about a couple 100 yards from one of my houses.
Oh, wow.
But I was in Vegas. I was actually playing a show. We left that morning. And then we got phone calls saying you had to evacuate, but we were already gone.
And your kids were with you?
Thank God. Yeah, the kids. My dog was with me. My housekeeper was at the house, so she was able to get the rest of our dogs out. And we were. As long as I had them there with me, I was like, everything else is replaceable. It's whatever. But yeah, that was sketchy. I mean, you saw. Obviously, you live very close by too.
Yeah, we got evacuated.
Yeah,
we got evacuated. We evacuated ourselves before they had a mandatory at 2 a.m. I came back from the Comedy Store, My wife and I were looking out the window, and the flames are coming over the hill. And I said, no one's going to save us here. I go, we have to figure out what the fuck we're going to do. And she's like, I think we should go. And I said, all right, I think you're right. And we just got a hotel room, and we just bailed.
Yeah.
And I literally grabbed my laptop, and I think that's it. And some clothes. And then the kids were a little freaked out, but I said, look, we're here.
Yeah.
We're all right. Like, we could buy more shit.
Yeah.
Like, the dog's fine. We're fine.
That's how I was too. I was like,
let it burn.
yeah.
I mean, I don't want it to burn, obviously, but rather than you being hurt, like, fuck, man, it's an inconvenience when you lose your house. It's a horrific tragedy when you lose your life. We're going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And so they were freaked out, but within a day or two, I mean, we stayed in a hotel for a week, but within a day or two, they were cool. We were laughing about it.
Same. We did the same thing. I came home, but not really home, just lived at a hotel for a week. But yeah, you felt kind of helpless. Like you couldn't do much, It's not like I could sit there and put out the fire myself. They wouldn't even let us in our community.
Yeah, same here.
It was crazy.
For people that weren't around here, they don't know how crazy it was, but the sky was filled with smoke. Everywhere you looked was smoke. I mean, all of LA was filled with smoke. It was we stayed in Beverly Hills at the Waldorf, and you look out the balcony window and it's just fucking gray, just smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
I've never seen fires like that before. Never in my life.
Me either. And I always see we're on high alert.
Yeah.
I'd see it like my kids are at school over in Malibu or really close to there, and I always see high alert, but nothing's ever really happened.
Right.
There's been like small fires, but that was horrific. That was just, it looked like Hiroshima in our neighborhood. Like, airplanes flying really low, dropping like fire retardant, and it was crazy.
Bill Burr flies helicopters. He's got his helicopter license, and we took a flight around Malibu, around Point Dume. And you go over there and you see these massive estates just burnt to the ground. These gorgeous houses with the perfect view on the bluff overlooking the ocean, gone.
Yeah.
Huge lots, $20 million houses, gone. Just burnt to the ground. And there's so many of them. And then like one house standing there.
Yeah.
One house out of just random.
That's how it was in our neighborhood too.
Yeah.
Like a house caught fire, but nothing near it caught fire. It's weird.
Yeah, some shit will fly through the air, land on someone's house, and if you have like pine needles or something on your roof or a flammable roof, it just catches on fire.
Was it a campfire that started? That's what I heard.
It's called campfire,
but
I don't think it was a campfire. That was the name of the fire. I don't know what the fuck the cause of that fire was. Jamie, see if you can find that out. Do you know what it is?
No, I think they've been trying to blame has been put on like different utility companies and whatnot, and they're not taking the blame where they can prove that it wasn't them, and it's been being passed around. I don't know that anybody knows yet from what I've been looking at.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy though, man. When I was in Boulder, there was a giant fire that broke out that was a fireman accidentally started. Fire, he had a fire pit in his backyard, and some fucking embers blew out of his fire pit and started a giant fire. And just burnt, massive amounts of wild forest is just gone.
Damn.
Yeah, a fireman. Imagine how
of
that
all
guy
people,
felt.
yeah.
He must have felt like shit. I mean, anybody just couldn't fucking imagine if it was your fault that one of these things got started.
Oh yeah, the guilt. I wouldn't be sleeping for weeks.
The craziest shit is Northern California.
Yeah.
Northern California got it way worse. We got it bad down here, worse than I've ever seen, but they got it way worse in Northern California.
Yeah.
Northern California, they lost like a shitload of people died on the highway.
That's what I saw,
They burnt to death in their cars.
You see those photos?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
And
sad.
A lot of this is because of, there's a lot of issues, right? There's the dry, the fact that dry climate, the fact that, there's a climate change is happening, but also the fact that there's no small fires. Like all those dead trees are supposed to get knocked down by small fires, like controlled fires.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really happen anymore. We don't want small fires that can possibly get out of hand. And so you have these forests that are oftentimes filled with dead trees right next to live trees, and a lot of dead trees all over the place.
Wow, so they're supposed to do that's like maintenance, burning like the small dead ones before.
Well, some people advocate doing it for maintenance, but in nature, that's like a natural thing. Like the lightning would hit light some shit on fire, and the live trees would probably survive, and a lot of the dead ones would burn to the ground, and it would actually regenerate the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is, like, you look how fucking lush and green it looks out here now.
Yeah.
Like, you would never imagine that just a few months ago this was a raging inferno. It actually is good for the ground.
Yeah.
You know, when all that
still
carbon
smells like fire too right now, right?
Some places, yeah.
Yeah. Every time it rains, it's starting to get a little bit better, but
Does it freak you out when you see fire now because of your accident?
yeah, it took a little while for us to have pyro again.
Oh,
I remember it was like we had just got back together, and like this really, really like killer like photographer had this idea to do this photo shoot, and they wanted us holding like the whatchamacallit, the thing like the flares in an accident. And he got me to hold it for a second, and I was like, bro, I can't do this. Like, wrong photo shoot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know, I know you have this vision, but
That's an insensitive vision.
Yeah. And he
How about
kind
water
of knew.
hoses?
Yeah. Yeah, right? That would have been a little bit more fitting. But, and now we do pyro stuff on stage and production. It doesn't really bug me. But I'm very cautious around the house. Like, with, you know, my daughter, she has like a straight iron plugged in, or for my son, whatever, lights a candle. Like, I'm so crazy about it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Fires are a little weird.
So I have to ask you, does Tom talk about UFOs all the time?
Well, you know he's not in the band no more.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
But did he always do that?
He always did. We used to get loaded and just look out the bus window for what. And I used to do it with him as like, I don't know, it's kind of a bonding experience. It's like, if you wanted to show me bow and arrows, whatever, and we're on tour together, of course, I'd sit there and like, you know, check it out. So with Tom, that was his thing. Like, fucking, let's get high and look for UFOs. So we would, you know, we just sit there and like stare out the bus window, look at UFOs. Or like, he would even go as far as when we were on tour, like, let's go and fucking look for Bigfoot. Whatever it was, you know? And he would assemble a crew and they would go do it.
Oh my God.
He never got me on one of those trips because that was just too fairy tale for me. But But I would, you know, I'd do that. And he was always, it's really not something he just got into from the day I fucking met him. Wow. He was obsessed with UFOs and aliens and was always very passionate about it. To the point where, like, I didn't know enough to have any kind of, I guess, like, opinion on it. I was just very open and you know, just took it all in.
Yeah.
But nothing has changed. He's still, the other day I talked to him, he's like, I'm on the way to the fucking White House, bro. And I don't ask any questions. I'd be like, as you should be, you know, whatever. Like, let's fucking go.
As you should be.
Yeah.
What a great response.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yep.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, he was a trip, man. Having a conversation with him was very strange. Because part of me was like, is this guy putting me on? Like, what is happening
He's
here?
dead ass.
Dead
He's
ass.
fucking dead ass.
Seemed
serious.
like it. And we would look at these videos that were so clearly horseshit. And he would be like, amazing, right? And I'd be like, what? Like, you think that that's an actual UFO? Like, that is the fakest fucking video I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But he didn't see that at all.
Yeah.
In his mind, he was seeing a real alien spaceship.
Even on tour, I'd be like, he'd walk in my room and he'd be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, check this thing out. I just made up whatever, playing drums. He'd be like, dude, fucking whatever George Bush just did. You know, he's just coming at me with some like politics. He's been watching CNN or yeah, like he's always been obsessed with it.
So he's obsessed with all sorts of like hidden things, like not just UFOs, but Bigfoot too. And
conspiracy theories, politics.
Yeah.
Everything. Very, very passionate about all those things.
Conspiracy theories and politics. It's interesting how those things go together, because people are always wondering, like, who the fuck is running things? And what's really going on?
Yeah.
What's happening behind the scenes? Who's pulling the strings? What does it all really mean?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But the UFO thing is like, boy, you gotta, I mean, I absolutely believe there could be intelligent life out there. But I haven't seen a fucking single thing that makes me think that anybody's got a picture or a video.
Yeah, I feel like it could be real. I believe, but
sure.
I'm not dedicating my life to search for it. You know?
Yeah.
And I give it to him, man, to like honestly to walk away from your fucking very successful band to go do that shit. Like, I have nothing but respect for his passion.
Yeah.
But it's like, I couldn't do that.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's like that. It really shows like he's very, very passionate about it.
I hope he saved up some money.
Yeah, me too.
Survivor Man, Les Stroud.
Nah.
He's you ever see that show? It's a fucking great show. Survivor Man would go out into the woods with like a limited amount of things. He would say like, okay, I've got this bucket, I've got a fucking pocket knife, and I got a ball of yarn, and I'm going to survive out here for 7 days. And he films the whole thing. And he'd be filming himself like eating frogs and catching a squirrel and finding edible plants and just living out in the forest, and oftentimes going days and days without food.
Yeah.
And then he would have like a point where he'd get rescued. 7 days in, there would be a spot where they would meet him. He had an experience when he was in Alaska a long time ago where he was camping. And he said he heard footsteps, like big, heavy footsteps. And he heard some sound that sounded like a gorilla, like something like that.
Yeah.
And then it ran off. And to this day, he's convinced that was a Bigfoot. And so now he has Survivor Man Bigfoot. And he goes out into the woods and just looks for evidence of Sasquatch.
Well, he needs to hit up Tom. Tom will pull up. And he'll go with him. He would love that.
I'm sure he would.
Fuck.
Yeah. He's tried to get me to go with him. I'm like, good luck. I did it one time. I went hunting for Bigfoot for a television show I did for Sci-Fi called Joe Rogan Questions Everything. And we went looking for Bigfoot. And the more I talked to these Bigfoot folks, the more I was convinced that none of these motherfuckers had ever seen Bigfoot. There was one lady that I talked to, who just did not seem like a liar. And she was telling me that she saw something in the woods, and it was standing up, and it was tall, like 7-8 feet tall. And she's like, why is there a gorilla in the woods? And then she's like, oh my God, that's Bigfoot. And she said, and it was the Pacific Northwest, like outside of Washington State, or in Washington State, outside of Seattle. And the woods are so dense up there that if anything goes 10, 20 feet, it's gone. The problem with that is that there's black bears up there, and black bears sometimes stand up on 2 feet. They do it all the time. And if you saw a black bear, especially from a distance, you would think it was a big gorilla. If it was standing up on 2 feet, which they do, especially when they're trying to see something, they'll stand up and they'll even walk. There's a lot of videos of them walking on 2 feet.
Damn, just on their hind legs.
You ever seen it?
Nah, that's crazy. I could see how that would resemble a Bigfoot.
100%.
Yeah.
So I don't think that lady's a liar. She might. I mean, look, it might be real. There might be a few of them left. There definitely was a thing called Gigantopithecus that lived in Asia, and the thought is that it came across the Bering Land Bridge the same time that Native Americans came across from Asia, and that they came across, and because they lived in Asia, and this Gigantopithecus, I think, lived as recently, as 100,000 years ago. I think the most recent fossils they have of it, which is, human beings were alive back then.
Yeah.
And this thing was an 8 to 10 foot tall bipedal hominid. So it was a huge ape-like creature. Yeah. So check this out. This is, look at this bear. Is that the craziest shit ever?
Wow.
Bear's walking on 2 legs. Look at him.
Wow.
Like if you saw that, you'd be like,
totally.
Yeah.
You can mistake
you'd be like,
that.
oh my God, it's a fucking Bigfoot.
Especially if you believe the hype and you're searching for Bigfoot out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or if you're on shrooms.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you're walking around, if you're high on mushrooms, you're like, oh my God, Bigfoot's real. Look at that thing. He's like, hey, how you doing? Oh, he's got a hurt right foot. That's what that is. You see his right foot? There's something wrong with his right foot. Sometimes, it looks like he's missing his front paw. It says sometimes, bears will fight with each other, and one bear will bite the other bear's foot off, or he could have gotten shot, or he could have broke it off on something. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he's missing a foot, so he's walking around out there like a gorilla. But everybody else, I was like, when I'm talking to them, they're like living in make-believe world. Here's another one walking around. Look at him. Wow, that is weird, man. Those are big-ass bears, too. Big-ass bears.
Chilling on 2 feet.
I mean, look, they look like fucking people, man. I think that is a big reason why, and they're feeding them. That is so crazy. Where is that?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem like America.
South Korea.
Is it?
It's South Korea, yeah.
Wow.
Everland Park in South Korea.
So that's one of those wildlife parks where the animals are all, and you're in a car. Yeah, that's like fake wildlife. I mean, wildlife, but not really wild.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that video where the lady was in China and they were in one of those parks and she got in a fight with her boyfriend? She got out of the car and she got killed by a tiger.
No. Oh.
She didn't get killed. Her mom got killed. She's even more fucked up because her mom came out to rescue her. She got snatched by the tiger, and then her mom. Watch this shit. This is crazy.
Oh no, there's video of it.
She's like, "Fuck you! I'm fucking walking." And they're like, "Hey, listen, bitch, get back in the fucking car. There's tigers out here." She's like, "No. Fuck you and fuck him and fuck you." And the tiger just grabs her, and snatches her out. So the guy runs out, and then the mom runs out, and apparently the mom got killed. So here comes the mom. That lady wound up dying. Yeah, and there's a park ranger like, shit. Yeah, when you get snatched up by a 600-pound cat. Did you hear about that fucking dude in Colorado today? He killed a mountain lion with his bare hands. He smothered it to death.
Yeah.
It jacked him while he was jogging, or he was running on the trails. The mountain lion grabbed him from behind. He got in a struggle with his 80-pound cat and wound up suffocating it. I can see this fucking badass jogger just
I want to know what the jogger looked like.
Just holding that motherfucker by his neck. Fuck you.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Yeah. It would have to be like Derek Lewis or someone, like someone. I can't picture anyone else being able to do that.
Maybe he's a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, we see him. I've seen him when my kids were really young in Calabasas, where I live. Mm-hmm. I saw one like just pacing back and forth in my back fence, a mountain lion.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They're out here, man.
Yeah.
They're out here.
I mean, we see coyotes and deer all the time, but mountain lions, that's next level scary.
Yeah, a friend of mine just sent me a message this morning when when I posted that thing on Instagram about that guy that killed it, and he said he was running on this fire road and he realized he felt weird and looked over, and 20 feet away from him was a big cat right above him on this ridge. 20 feet. So that's basically us to that wall.
Yeah,
big cat just looking, and he said he waved his arms to look bigger, and the thing just walked away. I carry a knife when I run. I carry a fucking half-face blades. It's got a loop. You could stick your thumb into it so it stays in your hand. And people are like, why are you running with a knife? What the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't need it until you do.
Yeah.
And when you do, you want to have it.
Didn't someone get attacked by a coyote in Hidden Hills, running?
Did they?
I don't know. I had heard a story about that, but I've ran in my neighborhood before, and two coyotes ran right past me. I mean, they're usually
creeps.
Yeah, they usually don't mess with humans,
Well, we had a problem with them killing chickens because I have chickens in my yard.
Yeah.
And I've lost a bunch of chickens to coyotes. They were on top of the chicken coop pulling tiles off of it. Yeah, they're creepy little fuckers, man.
Yeah.
But they're little. These are 35, 45 pounds. They're not very big, but they're creepy. There's something about they're little wolves, and they're looking at you, and they're trying to figure out a way, what can they eat, what can't they eat. They're out there scraping and grinding.
They're sneaky, gangster. I saw one of my friends, a dear friend of mine, he lost both of his dogs to coyotes, and I think he had surveillance of it, and one is in the yard and he's playing dead. And then his dogs approach what they think is dead, and then basically his homie comes out of nowhere and attacks, and they both, and the one that's playing dead attacks, and both of his dogs were a wrap.
How big were his dogs?
Small. I mean, they were smaller dogs, but
yeah.
Now he has big German Shepherds, and he's kind of got bigger dogs now. But it was really sad, man.
It is sad.
But they're very tactical, very crazy.
Yeah, they figure out some way to work and cooperate together without communicating. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so sad that they're killing someone's pet, it's really kind of fascinating that they're so smart that they would play dead. There was a guy that used to work at this pet store that I go to, and he also worked in a veterinary center, medical place, and a pit bull came in, one of those big jack pit bulls, just covered in cuts. It cuts all over its body. And the owner was, they asked the owner, what the fuck happened? He goes, I don't know. He goes, I came home and he's covered in cuts. I really have no idea what happened to him. So they stitched the dog up, hundreds of stitches all over the dog's body. Then he takes a walk outside of his house and he follows his dog's blood. And he goes up into the hills near his house and he finds 9 dead coyotes. That pit bull was gangster.
Apparently.
He just went on a tear. And he said it looked like Vietnam. It looked like a fucking, Saving Private Ryan, just ripped apart coyotes. 9 of them. This motherfucker just went mauling.
Yeah.
They must have been so bummed out. They're like, we can get this dog. Yeah, there's 9 of us. We're good. We got this guy.
Yeah.
And then you see this fucking fire hydrant head just that doesn't feel pain. They've engineered those things. Like, there's some pit bulls. There's this pit bull. If you go on Instagram, I think it's I Am the Hulk. That's the name of the pit. It's a 200-pound pit bull. Like, they've gotten him to 200 pounds now. It's the most preposterous thing you've ever seen in your life. It looks like Brock Lesnar if it was a pit bull. It's like it doesn't even make any sense. You look at it like that. A pit bull used to be like a 35-pound dog. They used to be small.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, they're
what
fucking
in the fuck?
Scary.
Imagine if a coyote saw that. Fuck!
Yeah, those
Look at that thing!
Bull mastiffs are fucking scary too.
Look at the size of that thing!
Oh.
Yeah, I had a mastiff. He passed away recently. He was 13 years old. Yeah, we had to put him down, man. It was really sad. He was a great dog. Mastiffs are so sweet. Like, look at the size of that fucking dog, man.
Fuck. Just yoked too.
It's a crazy 200-pound pit bull. It's just so crazy that they make them that big now. Like, a 100-pound pit bull used to be I had a 90-pound one. It was a big dog. And I was like, wow, that's a big pit bull. I'm like, yeah, it's a big pit bull. This dog's 110 pounds bigger. It doesn't even make any sense.
Wow.
It's a fucking tank. Yeah, but that's one of my favorite coyote death stories. This guy going up into the hills and find all these dead coyotes just laying in a pile. They try to ambush them. What they would do, they try to get one to come out and try to get chased. And then the one would run, and then the other ones would jump it.
They're like a gang, straight up.
Yeah, it's crazy that they think like that, though. That they actually have strategies.
They're savages.
Yeah. Well, that's like the downside of living in the suburbs. You know, the upside is you get a nice yard and you get a little view. And
yeah, I love getting away from the city, or like, you know, if it's like studio or just chaos, whatever, just going home and being home.
Yeah, me too.
It's nice.
Do you keep a place up in Big Bear or anywhere?
I don't
you ever go up there?
I don't really like traveling.
Really?
Nah. After my accident, I fucking hate traveling.
Wow.
Like, I'll go on tour, but I won't even look at an itinerary before I go on tour. I just kind of like, just tell me where to go. I'll be where I need to be. But yeah, like, I don't want to, and I don't fly. You know, I haven't flown since my accident. So.
Oh, wow. So all your touring you do is by bus?
Yeah, by bus, and then I'll take the Queen Mary 2 to Europe. But
no way.
Yeah.
Do you take a boat to Europe?
Yeah.
Imagine if your boat sunk. And
I know.
On a fucking float raft going, motherfucker.
Yeah. Trust me. But you know what? I'd rather be on the fucking raft than fucking plummeting into the ocean at 100 miles per hour or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's but
crazy.
yeah, like,
How
I go to like
take?
Laguna for like quick getaways, like, you know, just chill out with the family.
So if you guys have a gig in New York City, you have to start your journey 5 days early?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's cool. The kids and I get to see a lot of stuff we don't normally see.
Yeah.
But I got to really think about it. Like that fucking fire festival that they had booked us on. And I was like, I'm so glad, because I would have had to drive 5 or 6 days, you know, to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, then get in a boat, and then, you know, get over to the Bahamas. So thank God, man, because I was literally on my way there.
Wow. So when you do that, do you actually drive yourself, or do you have someone drive you?
No, I'd be white knuckling driving the tour bus. Have you driven a tour bus? No. It's fucking scary, man.
Well, you're driving like this, right?
I've done it like when I was 19 or like 20, when I was on a tour, the driver let me drive. And it was the scariest fucking thing. I was like, take the fucking wheel, man. This is so scary. Like, a white knuckling. Like, just being in control, being responsible over that big of a bus, and all of my homies, or, you know, all your friends are sleeping in it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, oh gosh, man, I give it. Bus drivers that's a hard fucking job, you know?
It's a hard fucking job.
And they drive for, you know, I think, you know, we usually do 8 to 10 hour days a day in the bus. It's a long time.
It is a long time. It's quite a drive. But, and you know, they have to stay awake and maintain their focus. And I don't know about you, but when I see those white lines, there's something about that. It's not good for me. I start nodding.
Yeah, it's like hypnotizing almost, right?
It is hypnotizing for me.
I could do like 2 or 3 hours and I'm cool. I don't want to, you know.
San Diego is about as far as I want to drive.
Yeah, they're built different.
Yeah.
And I know they say it's way more dangerous to be on the road in a bus or in a car than be in a plane. But I don't know, one day. I always say, like, if my kids want to fly one day, maybe I'll be down.
Yeah.
But the thought of me leaving to go play some show or do something cool and something happening while they're at home, like, fucks me up.
Right.
So I don't really do it.
I know what you mean. I can only imagine. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever going to be able to understand what you've gone through with that kind of an ordeal.
Yeah.
A plane crash where your friends died and the pilots are dead and you managed to get out alive but almost lost your foot and burned half your body plus.
Yeah.
You know, fuck, man.
It's crippling, but I try not to let it be too much of a handicap. You know,
Well, it seems like
besides
you've
my
overcome.
traveling.
But you seem like you got to work around. You know,
Yeah.
you figured it out.
Yeah.
But Australia can go fuck itself, huh?
I wish I could go. Dude, I love Australia. I love Japan.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love Japan.
Yeah.
Do you guys go there for UFC fights?
Yeah, I have been. Yeah.
I fucking love it there.
We did
man.
a UFC in Tokyo once. It was great.
I honestly wanted to move there. When
Really?
I went. Yeah, I loved it so much.
You know, David Lee Roth moved there for a while.
Yeah?
He moved there to take sword fighting classes.
Fuck yeah.
Moved there with his dog, got an apartment. Have you ever talked to him?
No.
He is one of the trippiest fucking guys. I just got a message really recently that he wanted to talk to me. And so they gave me a phone number for him. I sent him a text message and never heard back. It's like I might have to call him. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to miss it out. So if you're listening, I tried twice.
Yeah.
But he said he wanted to get a hold of me for something, and they gave him a number. They gave me a number to get a hold of him. But he's one of the more interesting people I've ever talked to in my life. He
Yeah.
worked as an EMT for a while when he'd just gotten out of Van Halen.
Really?
Yes, like an actual EMT, like helping people. Like in New York, and people be like, "What? Are you fucking David Lee Roth?" And be like, "Yeah, man, we're getting you in the ambulance. Like, keep it together." They were like strapping people to a gurney when they had accidents and shit. And fucking imagine you get in a car accident and fucking David Lee Roth is there to help you. You're like, "What? What am I? I must be dead.
Yeah.
This isn't real life." Imagine,
Wow.
fucking David Lee Roth. Like,
That's
you're
fucking
gonna be
awesome.
fine, buddy.
Yeah. That's legendary. I love
Yeah.
that. I love.
He's a
you know,
trip.
Yeah, that'd be a great interview.
Moved to Japan with his dog. Just hung out there. I go, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm taking kendo lessons. He's taking sword fighting lessons from a Japanese master."
Whoa.
So every day he'd be taking fucking kendo.
Sick.
He's the real deal, man.
Yeah.
He's the real deal. Like a real eccentric, but a really friendly, really interesting guy.
Yeah.
What
That's
a trip.
awesome.
Yeah. I love when someone is like that.
Yeah.
You know, like your friend that hasn't talked for 22 years. I love shit like that.
Yeah, you don't hear about that.
No.
Or someone that'll stop being in Van Halen to go fuck with swords. You know?
Or
It's like,
Tom.
yeah,
who
to go
leaves
fuck with
Blink
aliens.
and-
Yeah.
goes fucks with aliens.
Yeah.
Do you think they're really bringing him to the Pentagon and shit like that?
I don't know.
Because he said they like.
I have no clue. And I had watched a little bit of your podcast where you were like, well,
You sent me a text message.
well,
You're
why are they
"Huh?"
picking you? You know? And I'm like, but I feel like he's made himself readily available
Yeah.
to do that shit, Like,
Right.
I don't know. I sit and scratch my head and go, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I just fucking,
Yeah.
he's such a talented dude too, man. He's like such a good songwriter.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's certainly a very talented guy. It's just so interesting that that's his main point of focus.
Yeah.
I would think that if aliens were real, Trump would have told us. I really do believe that.
Yeah.
That guy he's such a fucking loose cannon. He became the president. Like maybe they hid it from him.
Or as fucking chaotic as shit is right now, it would I don't know, something would slip,
I would think that if they told him, if they brought him, there's two things I would want to know. Who killed JFK? Those are two things I'd want to know if I became the president. And are aliens real? What do you got, motherfucker?
Yeah.
What do you got? I go to the top generals. I bet, look, I'm going to defer to you guys. I'm not a military expert, okay? And I don't want war, but I want you guys to have support. I got full respect. Tell me about the aliens. What do you got? What's this? Trump orders establishment of Space Force.
he did that.
That's right, the Space Force.
Yeah.
But that's because that's actually a military strategy because they're concerned that as technology improves, Russians are going to be in space and we're going to be in space. Or fight off the aliens.
Yeah.
Right, like Will Smith type shit. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, Mike Pence is behind him going, Jesus is going to save us. Yeah, I don't know, man, but if I became president, I never will, but if I did, those are the two things that I'd want to know. Who killed JFK, and we're the fucking aliens. Do you think they know? Do you think they know anything more than regular people? Because you got to feel like they come in every 4 years. Someone would open their mouth.
Somebody knows.
Somebody knows.
I don't know.
What
who
did
that
Elon
person
Musk
is.
say?
He's an alien.
Yeah.
Bro,
So he's not going to rat on his friends, right?
If you,
He's like-
you drive that car, I'll give you the key. Just
Yeah.
take it for a tour. Just take it for a spin out of here.
I will.
That fucking Tesla will make you believe in aliens. It doesn't even make sense. It does not make sense.
I feel like I'm driving a computer when I'm in a Tesla.
It
It's
doesn't
insane.
make sense.
Yeah.
It's like every car other than that seems stupid.
So
And
is
I
this the
love
first one
cars.
you've had?
Yes.
Wow. And you're just completely in love with it?
sold.
Wow.
Sold. I drove one. There was a rental car company that was sponsoring the podcast, and it was like Uber for rental cars. They would drop off a rental car, and they would. Do you remember the name of that company? I don't know if they're around anymore.
Yeah, I'll look.
Anyway, I said, yeah, I want to try a Tesla. And I drove it. I was like, this is kind of interesting. But this was years ago, like maybe 5 years ago, was that? 4 years ago? 5 years ago? It wasn't as impressive. But now I got the Model S P100D. This is what he told me to get. So I said, all right, I'll get it. I drove that thing. The moment I drove it, the very first, the first couple of feet, you're like, what is happening here? Like, why is this going so fast? It doesn't make sense. It's effortless.
Wow.
Like effortless. Like every other car on the road has to accelerate. It's like, bam, bam, bam. This car's, shoo, it just, whoosh, it's instantaneously going 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels like it's happening in like blink, blink, 60.
Yeah. And fucking smooth, and
Just
you can't hear anything.
Effortless.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything. It handles great. It's quiet as shit. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm fucked. Because I'm a gearhead. I'm like you.
I know.
Do you still have that Blazer?
Yeah.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, I tried building like my icon version of a Blazer, you know?
Who built that for you?
His name was Delmo. He was over here in the Valley. So he did the LS swap, and then I had another buddy of mine paint it, and then I've just kind of like did ground up like suspension. But I feel like I should have replaced the chassis and done everything like that if I wanted it to be like a true icon. But it's a bad fucking truck. It's so
a dope
fun.
looking truck.
Yeah.
There it is. That is so sick.
It's so fun.
You know, Icon's done some Blazers.
Yeah, I saw one they did afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, so you have it. It's a full convertible, no hardtop. God damn, that looks good, dude.
Yeah, I put a soft top on it, like a bikini top. But summertime, I just take it all off. But I have a roll cage too. Sick. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the lowered ones too, like the slammed ones. They're so nice.
Yeah,
but
go
I'm
back
actually
to
like,
his, though. That's so nasty, man. Is that the color? You have like a matte?
yeah, it's like
charcoal?
a matte, like charcoal Mercedes gray.
God, that looks good.
Yeah, it almost pops wheelies. It's so fucking strong. There's so much horsepower.
Which engine did they put in there?
An LS3.
Oh, okay. How many horsepower is that?
I think I'm at like 700.
That's so ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
But besides that, you know, I have like 16 old schools. I've actually.
Do you really?
I actually fell out of love with them. It's kind of weird. Or I think I've spent like my time with them, and I'm ready to like separate from them and move on and maybe like get other stuff, or like, I don't know. I feel like it was a moment in time though. I was like kind of like hood rich in a sense, where I put all my money into cars.
Right.
Like before I ever bought a house, I had like 4 caddies. You know, and I was living in like a 2-story, a 2-bedroom house, you know, with a bunch of friends. But
dude, that old red one behind you is dope. What is that?
yeah, I still have that 53 Chevy truck.
Oh, that looks
bad.
so cool. Icon does some of those too. You ever see the Thrift Master?
Yeah, Thrift Master is so
He's got
tough.
one for sale right now.
I saw it.
Yeah, somebody had one built and then just never drove it, and he's selling it. It is nasty.
Dude, I go over there and window shop all the fucking time.
Have you met him?
Yeah, he's
Jonathan?
super cool.
He's very cool.
Bro, he drove me in
there
the
it
Thrift
is.
Master.
That one's available right now. Look at that fucking thing.
He drove me in one of those and was like hitting corners at 70. Like I fucking almost lost my breath. I was like, this motherfucker is crazy. But they really do perform. They're great fucking cars.
Even my Bronco, even though it's so high,
Yeah.
it's so high off the ground, you would think that thing handles like shit. It handles really good for something like that.
Is it like stock how it comes from Icon? Like that same height, or did you do anything to it?
Stock.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Yeah, he just does them all that way.
Yeah.
And I was originally going to get an FJ made from him. And I went there. I saw the Bronco in person with that matte silver. And I was like, holy shit. I was like,
is that what you
dude.
did?
I go, scrap the fucking FJ. We need to get this going.
So did you do the whole build out? Like you how long did it take?
Well, I was you're on a waiting list for a long time. And then I think the build took close to a year. It's like close to a year.
I'm so fucking impatient.
Yeah, me too. But the key is like have it in then just forget about it.
Yeah.
Because then time goes by.
Do you drive it a lot?
All the time. I drive to the Comedy Store like 2 or 3 nights a week.
Sick.
But since I got the Tesla, I'm telling you, man.
Really?
It's ruined me.
Fuck.
It's ruined me. I'm a gearhead.
Yeah.
I like old school cars. I have a 65 Corvette with an LS1 supercharged.
Nice.
I drive that all the time. Side pipe, you know, that cool silver shape. I love it. But it seems so dumb.
Yeah.
It seems so dumb once you drive a Tesla.
Wow.
It's effortless, dude. It just goes. Whoosh.
Yeah.
It's like you're on fast forward.
I need to check it out.
Everybody else is living in the past.
Yeah, like maybe last year, I used to have the Wraith, like the Rolls Royce.
Oh, that's a sick car.
Which is a bad car, yeah.
Did you have the ceiling with all the lights?
Yeah.
It looks like space.
It was so sick. But my buddy John said, "Hey, let's swap cars wherever we were driving." So I did, and I was really impressed. It was really, really fast.
Which one did he have? Did he have the 100D?
I imagine it's the one before the one you're talking about because it was a couple years ago.
Those were fast.
Yeah, but it was still impressive, you know?
Yeah, those were fast. They're still fast, but this one is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's like you're defying what you think a thing can do.
And it has that big fucking screen where it has all your
everything
information. Yeah. Yeah, they're dope. He's definitely a legend, man. Elon Musk. I got his blowtorch too, like he's fucking
right there.
You got one? Nice.
Yeah. He lit that fucking thing up in the hallway out here.
No.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna burn the building down.
I haven't even lit mine. I'm so afraid. My son's like
of course
an animal. I don't want him to know how to turn it on.
Yeah. Yeah, he gave it to me and put the fucking fuel in it and everything. I was like, all right, thanks.
It's crazy.
Like he comes bearing gifts.
Yeah.
How many people give you a blowgun, a blowtorch gun? What would you call it? Torch gun? What would you call it?
It's not a blowtorch.
Right. No, what does he call it? It's not a
blowtorch. Or not a blowtorch.
Is that what it's called?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. There's a crazy picture online that we put up of him shooting that fucking thing out in the hallway. And you're like, you can't tell him no. You know, like no one tells him no. He's got security around him and all these mercenaries with guns. No one's saying anything. He rolls hard, dude. He's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He's worth billions. Everywhere he goes. I mean, he's got to have security everywhere. Guys come before him and case everything out. Yeah, look at him. What an iconic photo. With the freak party sign above his head. It's almost like we planned it. And Steven Tyler, that's Steven Tyler's mugshot in the background. Crazy, man.
He's the outtakes from your guys' interview, too, where he's just like fucking stoned beyond his mind and shit. It's so great.
I don't think he got stoned.
He didn't?
I don't think he really inhaled. He took like a tiny puff. I think he puffed it like a cigar.
Oh,
I don't think he really smokes weed.
Didn't inhale.
He drinks. We drank. That's what was interesting about that. The blowback or the backlash is that we drank for 2 hours before we even busted out the weed. But the weed was like, what are they doing? The guy takes one hit of weed. What are they doing?
Yeah.
And then it went crazy and stock plummeted 6%. But it went back up to 9%
And you're supposed to smoke before you drink, right?
I don't know.
'Cause I think you get really fucked up if you don't smoke a lot and you smoke after you've been drinking.
Really?
It's a wrap. Yeah.
Oh, yeah? I don't know. I don't think it affected him. He's like, wow. But he's so, his brain is wired so different. You know what his brain is like? It's like, you ever see like, okay, no disrespect to Pete Holmes, but you know Pete Holmes, the comedian. Like, look at his body and then look at Usain Bolt's. That's how I feel like the way, if they had a race. That's how I feel like with my brain in the room with Elon's brain. I was like, well, these are barely the same thing. They're barely the same thing.
You keep up, man. Like you've had some crazy guests that are talking about atoms and fucking the universe and whatever else, and you're always like you keep up with everybody.
It's an illusion.
I don't know.
I just memorize things. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. They understand the actual concepts.
Yeah.
You know, I might be able to repeat things that I've learned and read, but I don't know what the fuck I'm really talking about. They know what the fuck they're like. You know what I'm saying? It's like if someone never did jiu-jitsu before and they want to talk about choking someone out in a triangle, and I hear them say it, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. But they don't really know how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then if you talk to Hoist Gracie and he tells you how to choke someone out with a triangle, like this motherfucker did it. He knows how to do it. He does it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a different conversation. You know, so that's the difference. Like me, I'm like a spectator talking to these geniuses. But just trying to pull information out of them. I'm just trying to get them to talk.
Yeah.
I just try to know a little bit about what they're talking about.
The guys that were on, I don't know, what was it last week? The guys that were talking about like longevity, like living a long time.
Yeah, David Sinclair.
Yeah, he was. That was pretty crazy.
Fascinating, right?
Yeah, super fascinating.
Yeah, I'm glad there's people like that out there. I think within the next 15 to 20 years, people are going to start going back in aging, like legitimately.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to not just slow down aging, but we're going to see like 60-year-old ladies that are hot as fuck.
Yeah.
We're going to see 60-year-old ladies that look like they're 32. I really believe that.
Yeah, I do too.
Coming around the corner.
Especially like how he was talking about that diabetic medicine that he takes, like
metformin. Yeah, but apparently that stuff has negative impacts on athletic performance. It's one of the things that I was curious about when he discussed it. And Dr. Rhonda Patrick sent me something on it, and Ben Greenfield actually brought it up on the podcast we did a couple days afterwards. It's I don't think it's probably good for longevity, but not good for athletic performance, which is I'm not willing to make that sacrifice.
Yeah, and he's probably not really concerned with athletic performance.
No, he barely worked out.
Yeah.
And he wasn't into working out hard either. He's like his deal is like just maintain a little bit of exercise just to kind of keep the blood moving. But a lot of those guys that are these super genius sort of longevity experts, they're just interested in how you can slow the clock down as much as possible. Yeah. And then there's other people like Ben Greenfield or like Rhonda Patrick. They're more interested in performance. Like what's the best thing for you in terms of for your mental performance, physical performance. I'm more in line with that, but I'm also I want to know what these guys are working on.
Yeah.
Like the David Sinclairs of the world, because he's at the top of the tip of the spear when it comes to longevity and gene editing and what they're talking about is being able to inject certain what it was like certain genes or bacteria that carry genes. It's going to fix eyesight.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like people that are blind are going to be able to see again. Like they're going to be able to do some mad shit as long as human beings don't figure out, we don't nuke ourselves or fuck the world to a point where, scientific research halts. If these guys can keep going, if we can make it to the next 50 years, people are probably going to live to be 300 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. Nuts. Man, how smart.
I love it.
How fucking smart people are going to be if they're 300. Think about how smart you are compared to when you were 20.
Yeah.
I was a dummy.
Me too.
I was so dumb. I'm amazed I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like I stop and think about how I used to drive.
Oh, same.
Oh. Now, you have old schools. Do you have hot rods? Do you have any hot rods?
Nah, pretty much like slow and low, like old schools.
Those are safer.
Yeah, I had a couple Impalas. I just got rid of 2 of my Impalas. And I have like a 53 Caddy. I have a 64, a 60, a 53 truck, and a 41 Caddy.
Ooh, 41 Caddy.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's really fucking nice. But it's like a 3-speed, you know what I mean? Like it's no
old school,
no power steering. It's like
oh, wow.
Yeah, you got to know how to drive. So, yeah, I still have a couple that I'm holding on to, but
power steering. The steering wheel must be giant.
It's gigantic. It's so sketchy to drive. But yeah, I'm gonna bring a couple out. I have a festival that happens in March called Musinc that's like tattoos, music, and cars.
Oh, wow.
So I bring a couple of them out there.
Where's that at?
Orange County Fairgrounds.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but I'm slowly, I don't know, I want a simpler life, man. I want to be able to get in a car and not worry about if it fucking breaks down and I can get to point A to point B with how busy I am. I don't know.
Dude, stay the fuck away from that Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it'll ruin you.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
That's yours. Wow, that's beautiful, man. What a car. Not just a car, but a window into time.
Yeah.
That's history. Back in 1941, that's what people drove, man. That was the shit back then. People tooling around Manhattan in one of those.
Yeah, I love seeing those, the movies that take place during those time eras, and they find all those classics. It's so cool. You know what was great? The more recent version of The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio, when they drove those cars, but it was a weird movie because they made those cars almost like modern. Oh. It was very strange. That's how Romeo and Juliet was, too. The one with The one with Leonardo. You know what I'm talking about? Did you notice that? All the guns in there were super ill.
Yeah.
All the cars. Like,
It's like
sick.
It
was like
some
futuristic.
Yeah, some weird interpretation. Yeah,
but
that's
still
his
like
car.
time period correct, right?
Yeah, so that's time period correct. But when he drove that car, it drove like no fucking car.
Yeah.
Like, see if you can find a scene where he actually drove the car, because it sounded like it was supercharged and it's flying and it's handling well, but it's all like cartoonish almost. Like everything, the scenes where like when they're driving these cars, they're nothing like those cars were back then.
Oh yeah, because they don't move like that.
No, especially when they're on the road.
Yeah, unless you do like a LS swap and you redo everything.
Like when they're on the road, like these fucking cars didn't drive like that, man.
Yeah.
They didn't. They'd have skinny ass bullshit tires.
Yep.
They barely could brake. You hit the brakes, it took forever to slow down. That was a great movie, though.
Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah, see, they're all going sideways around corners and shit. Nobody did that back then. It was weird.
Yeah.
It's weird how they do that with movies, where they have this, like, they're having a race. Yeah, we're racing. Meanwhile, that electric car outside will blow by these motherfuckers. The problem with those Teslas is that once you get in one, other cars just seem kind of dumb. They seem kind of old.
Oh, I bet. I feel like you're stepping into the future when you drive those. Anything else wouldn't seem even up to date, you know?
But there's something about cars like your 41 Cadillac that have a thing to them that you're never going to get from a new car.
Yeah, you know what's cool about those is like when you're in those, you're not concerned with whatever's on the radio or talking on the phone or I don't know. You're into just like, you're content with just hearing the car and driving. You know, driving is fun.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're just in a 2019 Chevy truck, you're not going to feel like that, you know. But if you take it that far back, just the smell of them, everything. It's a vibe, and it's just I don't know. You can't compare it to anything.
Yeah, when I bought my '65 Corvette, the first thing I did is pull the radio out. I said, "Get that out of here! I don't want to hear that radio.
It's unnecessary, really. Yeah,
yeah. I want to hear those side pipes and the wind.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be a thing of the past, man. I really firmly believe that now after driving this car. I think, 50 years from now, those things are going to be, it's going to be like seeing some guy drive by in a Model T.
Yeah.
Engines are going to be a thing of the past. It's probably better for the environment anyway.
Oh, for sure.
Overall. Anyway, I think that's it. Let's wrap this up.
Dope.
Dude, thank you so much.
Oh, it was
really
a pleasure.
glad we got together, man. I
my
really
pleasure,
appreciate you, man. It was very, very cool talking to you.
Awesome. Likewise.
Social media, your Instagram is just Travis Barker.
Travis Barker.
And do you use Twitter as well, or just
same Travis
thing?
Barker.
Travis Barker.
Yep.
Beautiful. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it, man. It was fun.
Thank you.